Kansas City and their kickoff team. They better get down and corral that guy.
In front of Coleman, standing at the 10-yard line, are Terrell Fletcher, a well-known rookie out of Wisconsin, and Ronnie Harmon, a well-known all-pro third down back for the Chargers. Chargers dressed in their road white uniforms, trimmed in navy blue. With the navy blue pants, that familiar lightning bolt on the side of the helmet. Kansas City in their home red uniforms, trimmed in gold and white. Len Elliott with the arrowhead on the side of his helmet gets the kick away. Pullman will take it at the goal line. He fumbled last year on the opening kickoff. 10, 15, Pullman across the 20, and he is corralled from behind at the 27-yard line by Danon Hughes. Now let's give you the starters for Kansas City on defense. Hey, let's see if Derek Thomas is out there. He is. He has been battling an injured knee all this week at practice. But Derek Thomas will start tonight. Why not? It's Monday Night Football. Neil Smith's at a defensive end. Dan Saliamua and Joe Phillips have been great at tackle this year. They need to be great tonight. Darren Mickle back as the starter at the right defensive end. George Jamison, Tracy Simeon, Thomas at the linebackers, Hasty at the right corner, Carter at the left corner. At the safety, Mark Collins and Brian Washington. Alfred Capone is the H-back. On first down, they play fake. On the counter, the throw is Humphreys to the near sideline. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Sean Jefferson, who slipped, and the pass rush was all over Stan Humphreys.
And Saliamua, play-action pass. He was back at the lap of Humphreys. Now, if Humphreys had any time whatsoever, the receiver was going to break open, but Humphreys had to get rid of that ball before he got nailed by Dan Saliamua. There is that defensive front four, and getting that penetration out really helped.
Stan Brock, Isaac Davis, Courtney Hall, Eric Moulton, Harry Swain, the offensive line for San Diego. Tight end Dwayne Long to the left side. The H-back, Alfred Papunu. Lead play, Natron Means on the right side on 2nd and 10. From his own 26, he's up to the 29-yard line in a gain of 3. What about this? An H-back, 265, followed by Means, 245. That's about 500 pounds of flesh coming at you.
And Papuno is 265, so you got a bunch of meat, as you said, coming at you. And what they want to do is pound straight at you. Pound at you, and then in the fourth quarter, if they weaken you, get you down, then they can break things open.
Third down, let's call it 7 for the Chargers. Football at their own 30-yard line. Ronnie Harmon in as the third down back. In motion, Mark Say, right to left across the formation. To throw, Humphreys on a deep drop. Crossing pattern, caught by Say. Looks like he's got a first down as he stretches out at the right hash mark. Mark Collins made the tackle, but there again, the center of the field, a vulnerable spot for the Chiefs early in the season, and it's a Charger first down.
Derek Thomas coming out of the ball game. He is limping. Was rushing the passer that last time. They maybe want to take a look at this, Mitch, and see if it is indeed a first down, depending on where they mark that. But they had Say in motion from the right side to the left side, and we've seen this in a lot of games. They're coming back across the grain once again, and Mark Collins had to go with him man for man.
If they got the first down, it's because Mark Say gave a little extra effort on the play, and he did, by the nose of the football. First down, San Diego. And a big third down pass by Stan Humphreys. Marty talked about him this week. He makes plays when he has to, Len Dawson. You remember last year the Chiefs pounded that guy, and he still made plays.
Yes, sir. And now they got that third down pass. He's successful doing that. Now watch Natron Means. They're going to be giving it to that big running back, and he'll be pounding straight at that defensive Kansas City.
Anthony Davis in for the injured Derek Thomas. H-back, wing to the right side is Papunu. They're going to go on a counter play. Left and Natron Means, 35. Means is up to the 39, and the Chiefs smack him to the ground. Anthony Davis, Neil Smith, there for the Chiefs to hold into a gain of about 3 yards.
Isaac Davis, the guard for the Chargers, 320 pounds, and he was pulling down the line of scrimmage and banging out on the outside man. And he was knocked over backwards, 320 pounds. So you can see that Kansas City defensively, the couple plays that they've had, they are fired up. They are ready to go.
You mentioned, or you think that winning on first down so brutally important.
It's so important. Look at that. So this is second and long. They don't have to throw, but most of the time they will.
Second down along 7 for the Chargers. Football at their own 39. Humphreys wants to throw the slant. In trouble. Throws late over the middle. And finds Natron Means leaking out of the backfield up to the 44-yard line and a gain of 5 yards. Tracy Simeon, the middle linebacker, on the stop for Kansas City. Means doesn't catch many passes. He mostly runs the football.
Well, that was just an outlet because Humphreys had to get rid of the football. But that's what I'm talking about when you stop them on first down, second down. Most, you don't always, but most of the time you're forced to put that ball in the air to throw it. They did it on that particular play. This is also a passing situation on third down for San Diego.
Derek Thomas is not in there. Von Booker is at the customary right defensive end spot on third downs for the Chiefs. That's usually held by Derek Thomas. In motion, Sean Jefferson to throw. To the near side, Humphries finds Papuna, the tight end. He's tackled in the open field, but looks like he's got a San Diego first down at the 48-yard line. Saliamua is down and injured. He was trying to chase Stan Humphries and got blocked by Stan Brock of the Chargers. Jamison made the tackle for the Chiefs.
He is hobbling. He's got to come out. He is hobbling. Saliamua coming to the sidelines. Fortunately, he is able on his own to get over there. But that's two of their key players in this first drive. It's Derek Thomas and Saliamua going to the sideline with problems with injuries.
Saliamua, an unbelievable 22 quarterback pressures in the first 5 games of the season. First and 10 Chargers, the Bolts with a couple big third down conversions here on this drive. 11:58 left to go first quarter. There is no score, and a timeout has been called by San Diego. There is an injury timeout, but it's a timeout called by San Diego.
3 minutes, 2 seconds into the game at Arrowhead Stadium.
He's going to kick Dan Saliamua. Bang, right there in the right ankle. That's what hurt Saliamua. Now watch this. Neil Smith is going to step right there on Stan Brock's hand.
Chiefs nothing, Chargers nothing. Monday Night Football, 11:58 left to go in the first quarter. San Diego, first and 10 at its own 48-yard line. The H-back lined up as a wing to the left side, tied in a three-point stance outside the right tackle. Single back, Natron Means. To throw on first down is Humphries. Throws it up top left side, and the pass is dropped by Tony Martin. The best receiver in the AFC drops a ball over his shoulder on the left side. Dale Carter was covering, but Tony Martin dropped the ball.
And they had the blitz on Kansas City. Defense did. Jamison going after the quarterback, and once again, making Humphries throw just before he wanted to. He had a little bit more time. He would have been able to throw that ball out and stretch it out down the field.
Martin turned the wrong way, turned right, turned back left, and then dropped the ball. And again, he leads the AFC in receiving. In motion, Sean Jefferson. Dwayne Young tight end left. Papunu tight end right. One back set. Play action fake. The throw. Flags are thrown as Humphries throws the ball away, looking for Martin, who catches the pass out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Chargers. But hang on. Please beware there's a flag on the play. Saliamua up slow.
Saliamua is slow. He tried to leap over one of the blockers, and here's a guy that left a couple of plays ago because of an ankle problem. And he is hobbling once again, heading toward perhaps the sideline.
Illegal contact will be called on the Kansas City Chiefs. So a defender bumped a San Diego receiver beyond the 5-yard chuck area. So an automatic first down for the San Diego Chargers, now in Kansas City Chief territory at the 47.
It's not a good drive for Kansas City's defense because they're stopping them with a running play on first down, and they have, forcing Humphries to go to the air. But the problem is he's been having some success at moving the chains.
Wide to the left side is Tony Martin, about had his helmet taken off on a chuck by Dale Carter on the last play. Handoff Means, counter play. Trying to get outside, tackle left side, 45-yard line. And going low to make the tackle for Kansas City's James Hasty. But picking up 5 yards was Natron Means, down to the Kansas City 42-yard line.
Now, is that tough to bring him down? You saw Hasty went down and tried to hit him, and he bounced off of Hasty and threw him aside. So that's what I'm saying. In the fourth quarter, when that cornerback comes up to try to make that tackle, he may be a little shy in making it.
I don't know who tackled who there. I think Means tackled Hasty. Second down and 5. Stretch play to the left side for Means. Now attacks across the 40, 35. Finally run down from behind at the 34-yard line. A gain of 8 yards by Natron Means. George Jamison and Tracy Simeon finally drag Means down from behind.
This is what I was talking about. He let him get rolling. It's going to put an awful lot of pressure on the defense. You notice a quick count that time by Humphries. And bang, it was not a delay type of a run. It would hit there in a hurry, and Means hit in a hurry. 4 carries for Means, 18 yards. But the last 2 have been very successful.
Derek Thomas back in the game for Kansas City. First and 10 Chargers at the Chief 34. 10:38 left to go. First quarter, no score. Humphries takes the snap. Play action fake. Looks to the left side. Now looks to the center. Being chased. He'll run. 35-yard line to the 30. Tucks it up to the 25-yard line and picks up 9 yards on first down. Stan Humphries. It's not Steve Young. It was Stan Humphries for 9 yards. Tracy Simeon and George Jamison.
I'm going to tell you, Stan Humphries is one tough individual. You may recall he had a separated shoulder and didn't miss a beat. He played the following week. This was a year or so ago. That time he was trying to go deep to his wide receiver, but the wide receiver was covered, and he found that lane on the inside, and he just took it.
Andre Coleman is in the game as a wide receiver to the right side. Ronnie Harmon, the single setback. Mark Say, wide to the left. Double tight ends here on first down. A 2nd and 1, rather, at the Chief 25-yard line. And now Ronnie Harmon gets it and gets swallowed. A tackle for a loss. Keith Traylor breaking through the blocker and makes a hit for a loss back at the 30. We'll call it the 27-yard line.
There is that defense, the aggressive style of defense when the defensive tackles are getting up the field to disrupt. Not only did he disrupt that run, but he also got a hold of Harmon, was able to bring him down, and for about a 2-yard loss.
I want to go back to Humphreys. What did Bobby Beathard see in him? His career was going nowhere till Beathard signed him.
Humphreys got in Joe Gibbs' doghouse, and he was a head coach at that time, and when you got in Gibbs' doghouse, you never got out.
3rd down and 3 for the Chargers at the 27 to throw as Humphreys throws late into the middle. He's got Tony Martin for a first down up the right hash mark before he's tackled to the 17-yard line by Brian Washington. And Tracy Simeon dropping back from his middle linebacker spot. The third down conversion for the Chargers on this drive.
I'm telling you, Humphreys is tough. Pelham McDaniel just unloaded on him just as he got rid of that football, and he was able to throw it on the line and complete it for the first down. So here it is in the early going, the first drive. The guy that's taken the most hits out there so far has been the quarterback for the San Diego Chargers.
Papunu tight end left, Young tight end right, double flankers, one back set, Means back in there on 1st and 10 at the 17. Chiefs showing blitz, handoff to the right side, trying to get off tackle as Means breaks a tackle, lowers his shoulder, and collides into Dale Carter at the 15-yard line. Just a gain of 2, and Dale Carter comes up strong to make a hit.
There's the way that you can tackle Means when he's going parallel. And Jamison couldn't catch him. It shows you that Means has got some quickness and some speed, but when he's going to side instead of north and south, you got a chance to bring him down by a cornerback. But when he's going straight at you like he did with Hasty a couple of plays ago, it's very tough to tackle.
George Jamison made him go laterally to allow Carter to make the play. Papunu's the H-back. He lines up as a tight end left side. In motion, Jefferson. Play action fake again to throw as Humphreys lofting a pass for the end zone, looking for Jefferson. Can't catch up with the football. Carter was chasing, but Jeffrey's open momentarily. The pass overthrown, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Chargers at the Chief 14.
Once again, pressure on Humphreys is making him throw that ball quicker than he wants to before that pattern is really developed. And it's happened 3 or 4 times on this drive. But what they've got to do is try to find a way to stop him on 3rd down.
How about this? The 16th play of the drive is coming up. 7:55 left to go. First quarter, no score. Chargers 3 key 3rd down conversions up to this point. Ronnie Harmon, 3rd down back, lines up behind the left tackle. Stan Humphreys calls timeout. Timeout on the field. Let's take it. No score. Chargers driving. 7:55 in the first. This is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. Monday Night Football at Arrowhead. No score, but the Chargers, Len Dawson, have used up 7 minutes. This is the 17th play of the drive.
That's the killer part of it.
But the Chargers have used 2 timeouts.
Yes, and that's primarily because of the crowd noise.
Ronnie Harmon, halfback. Lined up behind the left tackle to throw Humphreys. He throws over the middle looking for Mark Say, who makes a catch at the 2-yard line in front of Mark Collins. Now, the Chargers have had 3rd and 7. They made it.
Mark Say coming into tonight with only 12 receptions was tied with Ronnie Harmon as the leading receiver a year ago. He is the 3rd receiver, but he made a good move across the middle, and Stan Humphreys hit him right in the numbers. Hard to protect that.
And this is just a classic illustration of a drive that has a defense completely off balance, utilizing all of the field. Every player is involved, and right now the Chiefs are unsure of what's coming at them.
In front of Mark Collins, 16th play of the drive, and Natron Means.
Here's the gets down to the 1. Tracy Rogers again holding an opponent out of the end zone near the goal line. It's 2nd down and goal to go for San Diego at the 1.
Interesting matchup. You had Papuno, the H-back, and he was back and forth in motion trying to distract the linebackers, trying to distract the guy that had to guard him, and they ran just to the side where he was eventually got to.
Oh, what a wham play. High formation set. Papuno a wing. Goes in motion left. They go a lead play left side to Means. He is cut down. Doug Terry got through and knocked down Natron Means, plus a flag was thrown on the play. On 2nd and 2, Doug Terry comes up big to nail Natron Means.
I think it's going to be on San Diego. At least if you believe that the Kansas City Chiefs.
How about this drive? Kansas City has yet to get the football, and there's 6:48 left to go in the first quarter.
And it's been 3rd down plays by Stan Humphreys that's gotten them and continued this drive. I think Kansas City is refusing the penalty, which has been, I think, probably a motion to force him into What is the third down now?
Third down. They moved the ball back to the 6. Nice play by Doug Terry, the old Kansas Jayhawk.
No, second down. They've got a second.
They did take the penalty then. They took the penalty. It'll be second down and 6. They took the motion penalty. Means is single back. He's going to get it on the draw play. He's in goal. Neil Smith got him at the 10-yard line. Big giant play by Neil Smith, the 8th-year veteran.
Not only did he take care of the tackle trying to block him, because I can understand why they ran that play, because ordinarily Neil Smith has a strong outside rush. And that was a draw play to the inside, but Neil read that particular play, was able not only to handle the offensive tackle, but get a hold of that big old fullback and slam him to the turf.
Third down and goal to go for the Chargers at the 10-yard line. Ronnie Harmon, the single back. Wing to the left side, Papuno in motion. Mark Say to throw. Humphreys looking left all the way. Throwing the far side. Nobody there to get the pass. Alfred Papuno came across the middle of the pattern. Sean Jefferson went out, and Stan Humphreys threw it to section, whatever that is over there. He threw it to the band.
What happened was that Sean Jefferson was handled and thrown out of bounds by James Hasty, which means he cannot come back in and make the call, because you saw the official throw his hat down there on about the 7-yard line to indicate where he went out of bounds, and that was the main receiver for Stan Humphreys. The blitz was on, so he just wisely got rid of the ball.
This will be a 28-yard field goal by John Carney. Gail Gilbert is the holder. The kick is up by Carney, and the kick is good. The Chiefs hold the Chargers out of the end zone, but San Diego has a monster drive that takes up 3/4 of the first quarter. San Diego 3, the Chiefs nothing. You're listening to Chiefs football. 19 plays, 63 yards, 9 minutes, and 11 seconds.
This is a good indication that the offense for Kansas City is going to have to carry some load, right? Because you can't keep your defense on the field that long and not expect them to get some points away.
John Carney to kick it off for the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers got 3 and not 7. Tamarick Vanover takes it to 3. He's heading up to the right side. He's up the left side, 20-25, and he is his legs taken out from under him at the 29-yard line. Bo Orlando makes the hit for the Chargers. And there was a guy, Bob Gretz, named Bill Arnsparger that used to be with the Chargers.
Certainly was, Mitch, and he, of course, a good friend of Marty Schottenheimer. In the offseason, Marty tucked
Notre Dame at center. The Nebraskan is Will Shields at right guard. The quarterback is Steve Bono. This offense ought to be well rested. This is their first time on the field, and there's 5:41 left to go in the first quarter. In motion, Derek Walker. They fake the sweep. They dump it off to Walker on the right side. He's submarine to Derek Walker. Thrusts forward to the 36-yard line. Tackle made on the far side by Dwayne Harper. Nice play-action fake. The Chiefs pick up 6 on first down.
I still don't understand that play. You get your quarterback on a bootleg. You do not block the defensive end. And that was Mims out there. He went right for Bono and just leveled Bono. And Bono did a good job of getting rid of that football.
He watched the Arizona tape when he saw Bono go for 1,000 yards. I bet somebody's watching Bono every play this week. Second down, let's call it 3. They gave him 7 yards on the pickup. Now a lead draw play goes to Marcus Allen. He's nailed for a loss, but a flag will stop the play. Well, the second time this year that San Diego scored in the first quarter on a 28-yard field goal by John Carney on a drive that took over 9 minutes.
We got a false start on number 80 offense. 5-yard penalty.
Blake Dawson called for a penalty.
Ooh, that's bad.
Wide receiver gets a false start.
Not good.
What about the San Diego defense? Second in the National Football League in total defense to Green Bay. First against the pass.
Well, that's the amazing turnaround for this San Diego team, because I was saying that, in the Super Bowl game last year, the 49ers just chopped them apart, so they went out and revamped that secondary.
Plus, they had to deal with the tragedy of losing David Griggs in the offseason. He was killed in an automobile accident. Starting linebacker Greg Hill, off tackle, right side, 35, up to the 40-yard line. Greg Hill with a quick burst of speed. It's a gain of about 10 yards. It's a Chief first down at their own 40. Gibson and Sean Gale on the Charger tackle.
And you had also Marcus Allen in the backfield with him, which is a little unusual. Generally, it's Kimball Anders back there, but he was not in the backfield that last time. Kimball going into the ball game now, and you've got Greg Hill coming out. So you had 2 real quick backs, and Marcus Allen, of course, is a great blocker. Did that in college for Southern Cal.
Tamarick Vanover's in the game. Bob Gretz just told you, look for a little trickery here from the Chiefs. Derek Walker tied into the left side. Offset eye here for Kansas City. It's a lead play right side to Marcus Allen. Gets one block. He sprints across the 40 to the far boundary up to the 44-yard line. Dennis Gibson made the tackle, but a nice block by Kimball Anders to spring Marcus Allen for a gain of about 5.
More substitution. Greg Hill going into the ball game. Lake Dawson going in as well. So a lot of substituting early here for Kansas City in this first drive.
And we're seeing things we haven't seen all year. You mentioned Hill and Allen in the backfield at the same time.
Now Marcus Allen is coming out. So is Vanover.
Second down. Let's call it a long 5, between 5 and 6 yards for the Chiefs. Football at their own 44.5-yard line. Anders and Hill are the setbacks. Opponent to throw for the first time tonight. Swing pass near side to Greg Hill. Puts on a juke move around Sayo. Up across the 50. And Greg Hill is to the 49-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. Greg Hill made Junior Sayo miss. It's near a Chief first down.
He has not been thrown to too often so far this year, but you can see what he is like in the open field and why they want to get him the football in the open field, because he will make people miss him. A good move by Hill, first down for Kansas City, which they desperately need because they want their defense to get a little rest over here on the sideline.
We've seen Marcus Allen also line up as a flanker tonight. So the Chiefs with all kinds of new wrinkles here. First and 10 for Kansas City. Football at the Charger 49-yard line. The Chiefs turn to move. Bono to throw from deep in the pocket. Lofts a pass right flat. Finds Anders. Scoots up the right sideline. Forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line of San Diego. In front of linebacker Lewis Bush.
He was looking downfield to Lake Dawson, who was running a deep sideline pattern, but he was covered, so immediately what he did, bang, get that ball out there in the flat to Kimball Anders and let him do his thing, and he was able to pick up excellent yardage. So here, instead of going downfield to Lake Dawson, maybe incomplete or throwing it out of bounds, they got a second and fairly short situation.
2:44 left to go first quarter. Chargers 3, Chiefs nothing. Chiefs on the march. Bono 3 for 3 for 21 yards. As an offset eye and a wing right, and coming to the near side is Derek Walker. Lead play right side to Marcus Allen. Reads the hole. Cuts left side. He's at the 45. Cuts up across the 40. Marcus Allen picks up about 3 yards near a first down. Terrence Shaw, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin, made the tackle. Let's pause quickly. 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Kansas City's home for classic rock and roll of the 70s and your voice of the Chiefs. 101 KCFX, the Fox.
Mitch Holthus along with Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, and Bob Gretz. 2:15 left to go. In the first quarter, San Diego leads Kansas City 3-0. They're bringing out the chains to measure.
You know, that last play, Marcus Allen did wonders just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he was designed to go off tackle. He wasn't there. He jumped to the outside.
Bob Gretz has his ruler down there. Bob, the Chiefs are short by an inch of a first down.
They are, and Junior Seau is hurting. He hurt himself on that tackle of Marcus, and it looked like a shoulder. Of course, he had a very bad shoulder at the end of last year. The man is in some pain. He came into this game with the hamstring. He's sucking it up out there now. It's going to be tough, of course, to get him off the field, but Junior Seau certainly not 100% right now.
Well, what they need to do is double team him. It's not the nice thing to do, but double team him and put some hurt on him.
Third and an inch for the Chiefs at the Charger 40. Lead play, Marcus Allen dives over the Charger stack of defenders. He's got a first down at the 37-yard line. Marcus Allen with the leap over San Diego's defense, and Kansas City's moving the football. A minute 50 left to go in the quarter. 3-0 San Diego.
I'll tell you, you're right, Bob, that Seau is tough because he was flying through the air in the opposite direction. He was in the backfield. He just missed Marcus Allen. And once again, Junior Seau getting up very slowly after that play.
And the Chiefs are out of the huddle quickly here, Len Dawson. Little rhythm here for Kansas City. Anders and Allen split in the backfield behind the respective tackles. Bono takes the snap. Play action fake inside of the trap. Rifles a pass near side. And Lake Dawson can't handle the pass. Lake Dawson was juggling the football, trying to keep his both feet in bounds. And as he hauled in the football at 1 foot, went out of bounds. Terrence Shaw covering for San Diego.
Should have given himself a little bit more room from that sideline when he made his cut, that he wouldn't have to worry about getting out of bounds. But that was another play action fake. Marcus Allen also was circling out of the backfield, and he was open down the middle of the field. If Bono could have seen him, got him the ball.
Again, Lake Dawson trying to keep both feet in bounds, but his left foot stepped out of bounds as he hauled the pigskin in. Now it's 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs at the Charger 37. 1:23 left in the first sweep play. Right side, Marcus Allen breaking tackles, but can only gain 2 yards up to the Charger 35. Dennis Gibson, the hero of last year's AFC Championship game, makes the Chargers stick.
Now they're going to have to throw, right? Third down and long situation, which you don't want to get into. Look at the substituting. Here it is for the Chargers, getting defensive people out of there, linebackers out of there, getting defensive backs in there, pass rushers into the defense, trying to put some pressure on Steve Bono.
And it would be a 52-yard field goal from this point for Lynn Elliott. 3 wide receivers here for the Chiefs. 5, 6 defensive backs for the Chargers. Lund set back his handers to throw. Bono, 5-step drop. Looks left, turns right, fires downfield. Anders makes a catch at the 20, right sideline 10. Inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. He burns Junior Seau. Kimball Anders, his 27th catch of the year. It's a 28-yard gain. Kansas City first and goal.
What a terrific play by Steve Bono. Did you see him fire that thing right on the line down there to Kimball Anders? He was scrambling because the primary receivers were covered. He alertly paid attention to what was going on down the field. Seau was trying to stay with Kimball Anders, and a hurt Seau is not going to stay with Kimball Anders.
And it looked like it was Bono's second read on the play.
Yes, that's a terrific play by Steve Bono.
That's the final play of the first quarter. It's a Monday night battle, the Chiefs and Chargers. The Chargers lead the Chiefs 3-0. Back for the second quarter after this on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. It's 29th in the league prior to tonight in third down conversions. Only Carolina worse for tonight.
The reason they're still out there offensively because they're 2 for 2 on third down situations. That last one was a big one by Steve Bono to Kimball Anders.
First and goal to go for the Chiefs at the 8-yard line. First play of the second quarter is a sweep to Kimball Anders, trying the left side, and he gets nailed. An ankle tackled at the 11-yard line. Excellent defensive play by Lewis Bush of the Chargers.
Lewis Bush was not blocked, and that's very simple why a running play doesn't go. If he gets blocked, Lewis gets blocked, then Kimball's able to jump to the outside and pick up good yardage. But see, there's the first down play. Kansas City, with the exception of incompleted first down pass, had been averaging 5 yards on first down. Now here's the first down play, and you lose 5 yards.
Dave Adolph is the Charger defensive coordinator. Last year he was in Kansas City. Second down goal to go for the Chiefs at the 12 after the loss. Play action fake by Bono up the middle. Looking right, lofts it off, dumps it off to Walker. Trying to break a tackle. His ankle tackled at the 11-yard line. And gains a yard, Junior Seau.
Yes, sir.
On the hit.
Even injured, he is some kind of a player, isn't he? And so, he was holding on to Walker's leg, and he was not going to let go. So here's where a first down, I've said so many times, first down plays are so important. Why? Because it dictates what you do on second and third down. You lose 5 yards on first down, you don't have a choice. You got to throw the ball.
13:52 left to go first half. San Diego 3, Chiefs nothing. San Diego had over a 9-minute drive. The Chiefs have answered as they have third down and goal to go at the 12-yard line. Split backs behind Bono. Bono takes the Grunhard snap, looking left, firing a shot to the far sideline. It's caught by Willie Davis, who spun out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 8. But the Chiefs short of the end zone, and they'll run Lynn Elliott on for a chip shot field goal try. Terrence Shaw made the tackle for San Diego.
Ooh, that was a dangerous throw. I'll tell you why. Because if the cornerback is playing that and he catches it, you got yourself a 90-some yard return back for a touchdown, throwing that out pattern like that because it was a little late in getting there.
Corner slipped just a little bit before the ball arrived. And San Diego's missing Karen Gordon, their normal cornerback. Shaw is a rookie. This will be a 21-yard field goal try by Lynn Elliott, who's 7 of 9 this year. And the kick by Elliott is up and into the net and good. The Chiefs on the drive, 22-yard field goal officially. And the Chiefs have tied the game at 3. 13:24 left to go first half. Chiefs 3, Chargers 3. You're listening to Monday Night Football on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. 7:25. Lynn Elliott ties the game at 3 apiece. Elliott has a short kick here. It'll be taken by Coleman at the 10-yard line. Right return, 20-25. The speedster's up across the 30. Look out. He's at the 40-yard line. Coleman is at the 50. Andre Coleman keeps his hand on the ground, finally tackled from behind at the 37-yard line. Andre Coleman, who was the Special Teams Player of the Month in the AFC, the second-year man out of K-State, has a 53-yard kickoff return. And there's a timeout on the field. 13:10 left to go in the second quarter. It's Kansas City 3, San Diego 3. Just underway second quarter, about 2 minutes deep into the quarter. 53-yard kickoff return by Andre Coleman, who set 3 returns, Super Bowl records last year in the Super Bowl as the Chargers in business. The Chiefs 37-yard line. Sweep to the right side, Natron Means. He's down to the 34 and picks up 3 yards before Joe Phillips says that's enough.
Pretty good defensive play there by Kansas City. You notice he was going sideways. Then when he got those shoulders turned north and south and went that way, that's when he picked up the couple of yards.
Len, does this new defensive philosophy of the Chiefs make him go sideways?
It's going to make him go to the outside because you're getting the defensive tackles getting penetration up on the inside near that center, so it's going to force him either off tackle or wide.
Humphreys back to throw on second down and 6. Swing pass right side Means. 30, 25, first down 20. Bumped out of bounds all the way down to the Chief 20-yard line. Mark Collins bumped him out. Natron Means did not have a catch in the first 5 games of the season for the San Diego Chargers. He's got 2 tonight, and that's a gain of 14.
Well, the reason he made it because nobody was out there on him. Where was the linebacker? Where was anybody? I mean, he was out there all by himself on that play, and Humphreys saw that, and he went right to him. Humphreys 5 of 9, 38 yards.
First down and 10 for the Chargers at the 20-yard line of Kansas City. 3-3 tie, 12-12 in the second. Alfred Papuna is the H-back, an offset eye. They fake the power play. Rolling to the right side. Humphreys wants to throw. Neil Smith chasing. The pass is incomplete. Dale Carter when he called for pass interference. They said he was on the back of Tony Martin when the pass arrived. As Dale Carter will argue on the far sideline.
He will lose that argument, and I'm looking at the pass. I don't even know if it was catchable. I don't know if that pass was catchable or not.
The Chiefs sideline not arguing. But Tony Martin's had such a great season up to this point against Carter one-on-one.
We're looking at the replay. He had his left hand on his back, which you cannot do. And the official is standing about 5 yards away, so he has no choice but to throw the flag.
3-3 tie, but the Chargers have first down and goal to go at the Chief 5. Shannon Mitchell is now the H-back for the Chargers, plus 2 tight ends. 1 receiver. Means right up the middle on a power play is tripped up as he falls forward to about the 2-yard line.
We got Darren Mickle is hurt now. He's coming to the sideline holding his hand or his wrist or something.
Joe Phillips made the tackle. It's a walking wounded for this Kansas City defense. Mickle did not start last week. Von Booker started in his place. But Mickle appears to be seriously injured, holding his left wrist. Booker and William White in the lineup for Kansas City. Second down, goal to go for the Chargers at the Chief 2-yard line. 3-3 tie. Humphreys takes the snap, left side Means, lowers the shoulder and takes the Chief into the end zone. Touchdown San Diego. 245 pounds of raw steam and muscle going through there. He took William White into the end zone.
That shows you the strength of Natron Means. He was hit on about the 2-yard line or 3-yard line, and he just carried people into the end zone. So now take a look at a couple of plays. The kickoff return that gives him great field position, and the penalty on a pass that I don't think could have been caught by the receiver. Got him down there, and now they're into the end zone with a touchdown.
Natron Means, his 4th touchdown of the year. He entered the week only 2nd to Emmitt Smith in rushing in the National Football League. And John Carney will try the point after. There have been 3 drives in the game. All 3 have been scores. 2 for San Diego, and now a field goal and a touchdown. 1 for Kansas City, a field goal. 11:24 remains first half. San Diego 10, Kansas City 3. This is the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Very important so that you don't shrink the field for the opposition. San Diego started that drive on Kansas City's 37-yard line. Now let's see what Kansas City's return team can do.
Andre Coleman with a long kickoff return. John Carney to Marek Vanover. He has a chance to run one back as well. 10, 15, 20, explodes across the 25. And then hits a pile of Chargers at the 26-yard line. Rodney Harrison, his hands raised in the air to make the hit for the San Diego Chargers. Now down on the sideline is Bob Gratz, and for the defense, Bob, it's kind of the walking wounded.
It is. Darren Mickle, they're working on his left shoulder. Seems to be the left shoulder with Darren Mickle. No word yet on whether he'll be back.
Well, we can see him right down there that he's stretching out and moving around for the doctors to see just how serious it is. But the serious part is right now for the offense. They're down by 7. They got to catch up.
Dr. Chris Barnhouse working on Mickle, the old Kansas basketball player from Winfield, Kansas. Split backs behind Steve Bono. Play action fake, wants the quick slant. Looks for Willie Davis. The pass is broken up. He was hit in the back by Dwayne Harper. No flag on the play. The Chiefs sideline and the crowd wants a pass interference call. Instead, the play by Harper will stand.
That very easily could have been called as a pass interference on that play. And the folks are watching it on the big screen, and they happen to agree.
Willie Davis is running that quick slant in front of Harper. They're showing it again.
Yeah, that was interference. Could have been called.
Second down, 10 for the Chiefs. Football at their own 27-yard line. 11-13 left to go first half. 10-3, the Chargers lead. Greg Hill on the backfield. Joe Valerio is in as an extra tight end to the right side. Keith Cash not playing tonight. He's injured. Handoff, Hill trying to go off tackle. Sheds one tackler, stretches forward, but gets back to the line of scrimmage. Junior Seau went right around Joe Valerio.
See that I said, who is the guy that they got to make sure they put a headgear or a shoulder pad on if you're running with the foot? Number 55, because he will completely disrupt things. They had an additional tackle in there, Joe Valerio, to help block out. Still couldn't get the job done.
You know, you and Bob Gretz were talking about his injured shoulder last year. Len, he played most of the season, the Super Bowl, the playoff, with an injured shoulder.
He is a tough cookie, I'll tell you that.
Allen and Andrews in the backfield. Webster Slaughter wide to the right, long 10. And the Chargers are jumping.
That's helpful. That is helpful. That'll give you 5 yards. Make it 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10.
Sean Lee was the first man across the line. John Perella, another San Diego lineman, is pointing at the Kansas City offensive line.
Number 98 defense.
You could hear Bono's cadence from up here. And you could tell that he was intent trying to draw them off sides. And once again, those linemen start listening out there. When they start listening, they get in trouble.
3rd and 5 for the Chiefs.
This means instead of having to go, down the field, they could hit something in the flat to a Kimball Anders or somebody that could pick up the first down.
Second penalty on San Diego. 10:25 left to go first half. 10-3 San Diego. Leroy Thompson. The single setback. Willie Davis in motion toward Bono. Back to throw. Bono goes over the middle. Late finds Thompson curling out of the backfield. He's got a first down at his own 38.5-yard line. He caught the pass in front of Gibson and Bush. Steve Bono threw with the blitzer right in his face.
Now there is one of the reasons they got Thompson, because of his ability to come out of that backfield and catch the ball. What they had a 2-deep zone. They had safeties down the middle, bump and run on the wide receiver, so they're kind of taking that away from you. The area that you could hit is exactly where they went. Across the middle, that back coming out of the backfield. That's why I said 5 yards, a lot easier than picking up the 10.
Chiefs very good tonight on 3rd down conversions. That's a 3rd successful conversion tonight. Bono, play action fake. Sets up, throws to the near side, and overthrows a wide open Kimball Anders. Open in the right flat at the 42-yard line. There wasn't a Charger within 5 yards of him. The closest was Lewis Bush.
And also number 32, Marcus Allen, was down there in front of him. Had he made the catch, Marcus, an excellent blocker, could have provided it for him. Bono, 7 of 10, 63 yards. He should have been 8 for 10 because that one he just let get away from him.
Clock stopped at 9:37 left to go in the first half. It's 10-3 Chargers. This is only the 4th drive combined for both teams. The Chargers have a field goal and a touchdown. The Chiefs have a field goal. Chiefs have 2nd and 10 football at their own 38-yard line. 9:37 left in the second. Single back, Kimball Anders. Bono will give it to him on a draw play. Anders running hard up the gut. He's across the 40 up to the 42-yard line and picks up 4 yards to give the Chiefs a 3rd down and 6. Unpiling Chris Mims for San Diego.
So a draw play that time. That shows you, you can't afford to miss. If you got somebody open, you got to get them the football, because you would have had at least the worst scenario would have been 2nd and 5 if they hit Kimball Anders. And chances are with Marcus Allen out there, he might have gotten the first down. But you can't afford to miss somebody when they're open.
Marcus is out there now, lines up as a right halfback, split backs with Anders. Flanker near side, Willie Davis. Walker tight end right. In motion near side, Anders on 3rd and 6. Chargers blitzing. They read the blitz. Rolling to the right side away from the blitz is Bono. Sets up. He's throwing long for Webster Slaughter. He holds it into 20 and Castle the 19-yard line. Eric Castle made the hit, but it's a long pass play for Kansas City at 38 yards. Great lead of the blitz by Bono and a great pass.
They had the right play called. He bought time because not only the blitz was coming from his left side, to Bono's left side, he rolled to his right. That bought some more time. He had 2 deep patterns down there, and Webster Slaughter ran a terrific post flag. That is, he made a strong move in toward the goalpost and then cut back out the other way, and he was wide open.
Steve Bono is seeing the field very well tonight, it appears, Len Dawson.
He saw that one because there was no help in the middle. That's why that cornerback had to go with the strong fake up in the middle.
Bono throws it near flat, and it's Marcus Allen. He lowers the shoulder and gets whammed at the 15-yard line, but picks up 5 yards on a 1st and 10 swing pass. Kansas City right back in the Chargers' face.
First down play the last time they had it. He missed Kimball Anders. Same type of a play, right? This time he hit Marcus Allen. What happened? Picked up 5 yards. So that's what it is. Putting yourself in a good situation, 2nd and 5. You can run or you can throw. You'll keep that defense guessing.
Bush and Harper made the tackle. Chiefs 2nd and 5 at the Chargers 15. 7:38 left to go in the first half. 10-3 San Diego. The Chiefs are driving. Leroy Thompson, a single setback. He gets it right up the middle. Leroy Thompson runs hard, churning his legs as he gets up to the 12-yard line and picks up 3 yards. He hits the hole almost as hard as Marcus Allen. He gets up in there now.
He did it quickly. They had 3 guys at tight end. They had 2 wide receivers to the right side and went back to the weak side or to the other side, to the left side, hoping to split those defensive tackles up there and make good yardage. So they got 2 downs, really, when you look at it down here, to come up with a first down.
Bono 9 of 12 tonight for 106 yards. He's hit 7 different receivers in his 9 completions. 3rd down and 2 at the Charger 12. 6:57 left to go. First half, 10-3 San Diego. Draw play. Leroy Thompson trying to stretch forward. He's to the 10-yard line and near a first down. Chris Mims made the tackle. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. Your radio home of the Chiefs and classic rock and roll of the 70s.
Mitch Holthus Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, Bob Gratz. How about 3rd down conversion tonight for Kansas City?
5 out of 6, and that's the one area that they were really having problems with. The last time they're down here in first down, they lost 5 yards. They'll afford to do that now. They got to get positive yards on first down.
They can actually pick up a first down before getting to the end zone. Marcus Allen gets it, spins by a tackler, but then goes down at the 10. No gain on the play for Marcus Allen Jr. Stay out. It was all pro against all pro. No gain for Kansas City.
But I'll tell you, they had great penetration. Sean Lee, the defensive tackle, had some penetration. He was in the backfield with Marcus Allen. He was lucky to do that little spin move to get back to the line of scrimmage. There is the first down play. Important down to get positive yardage down there, and they came up with nothing down there. The last time they were down this area, they lost 5 yards. So it's going to make it tough now on 2nd and long.
Andrews and Allen the setback. Split wide behind Bono on 2nd down and 10 from the 10. They can actually get down inside the 1 for a first down. To throw, Bono dumps it off late in a crossing pattern. Pass is underthrown. Intended for Marcus Allen.
Look at Kimball Anders. Look at Kimball Anders looking around and saying, nobody, absolutely nobody went with me. The blitz was on. Bono had to get rid of the ball, so you got to make a decision in a hurry. He made the decision to go to Marcus Allen. Had he seen Kimball Anders, it's a touchdown.
However, most of the time tonight, Bono has made good decisions.
Yes. He made the good decision by reading the blitz, knowing that you don't have time to be messing around back there. You got to get rid of the football.
The pass was low, thrown about the calf area of Marcus Allen. 3rd down and 10 for the Chiefs at the 10. Again, they can get down inside the 1 for a first down before reaching the end zone. Walker flexed outside to throw. Bono dumps it off, and Anders drops the football in traffic at the 7-yard line. Big, strong hit by Eric Castle of San Diego. A nickel back in there, and the Chiefs will have to try a field goal.
I go back to first down. I go back to first down because they got nothing. Forced them into a passing situation on 2nd down. The Chargers blitzed. That last down there, they faked the blitz, then went back into coverage. And Bono got rid of the ball in a hurry to Kimball Anders, who really wasn't open on that play.
Glen Elliott's first field goal was 22 yards. This one set down. It'll be a 28-yard try. Danny via the long snapper. The placement down by Louis Aguiar. Glen Elliott's kick is up, and he got it. Nails it inside the left upright, in Kansas City with 2 drives, has 2 scores, 2 field goals. But the Chargers lead the Chiefs. Mitch Holthus back along with Len Dawson. Monday Night Football here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. San Diego leads Kansas City 10-6, 5:23 left to go in the half. The drive for Kansas City, 13 plays, 63 yards. Glen Elliott, 28-yard field goal. Coleman has it at the 10. He's at the 20, trying to get outside. Anthony Davis, fumble! Fumble, Kansas City's got it! Martin Bayless jumps on the football. Coleman fumbled here last year. He fumbles tonight. A big hit by Anthony Davis. And Kansas City has the first turnover tonight.
That's exactly what they needed to get this thing turned around, because San Diego had the ball twice. They scored a field goal and a touchdown. I'm talking about field position and how important it is. 37-yard line the last time that San Diego took the kickoff. That's how far they had to go. Now it turns it around. Kansas City's got the ball. Where is it? On the 20?
Martin Bayless and Anthony Davis strip the ball from Andre Coleman, and then Martin Bayless recovers the fumble for the Chiefs. First and 10, Kansas City at the Charger 22-yard line. Marcus Allen alone setback. A different formation here as both Walker and Valerio lined up to the right. Quick slant left side. Lake Dawson inside the 10. Breaking tackles. He's down to the 2. It's the gain of 20 yards. First down. Goal to go, Kansas City.
Joe Valerio was in the ball game as a tight end. He was an eligible receiver. Both he and Walker lined up on the right side, so that swung the defense over to that way because that's their strength. The last time that happened, they ran to their side, and they crossed them up with a quick slant to the other side where there was no inside help for the cornerback.
Kansas City has Marcus Allen in the I formation. Tony Richardson is the fullback. Anders is a wing to the left side. The Chargers run an extra man off. In motion, Anders. First down goal to go at the 2. Marcus Allen trying to move left, trying to fall forward. He's inside the 1-yard line, it appears. Marcus Allen down to the 1. It'll be second down goal to go. Chargers 10, Chiefs 6. 4:22 left to go in the half. But Kansas City knocking on the Charger door.
They're going to get a touchdown, Mitch. They're going to get one.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll stay calm.
Nice move by Marcus Allen, that spin move. He just has a feel when he's down by that goal line of where to go at the right time. He's able to get down inside the 1.
I formation. Richardson is the fullback. In a wing left is Anders. Comes in motion right. Marcus Allen. Now they fake it to him. They throw near side. Anders touchdown Kansas City. Again Marcus Allen the decoy. And Kimball Anders has the touchdown. As Anders spikes the ball in the end zone. Great play fake. Kansas City touchdown.
What a call. Great call. Great call. Everybody, including the San Diego Charger defense, thought that Marcus was going to be running that football. Good play action fake by Bono, and Kimball Anders wide open out there. So why do it the hard way when you can do it the easy way? Anders went in and popped on the linebacker and then just went out in the flat. He was all by himself.
Kimball Anders' first touchdown of the season, his 5th in the career. Elliott's kick is up, it's good, and Kansas City turns a turnover into a touchdown. 3:53 left to go in the first half. Kansas City 13, San Diego 10. You're listening to Chiefs football.
Finally, there's a new relaxing place for you to spend your day in Kansas City.
Anders hit the linebacker, making the linebacker think it's going to run. Then he slipped out in the flat.
Kick away by Len Elliott. Coleman's going to have another return. Stands at the 10, takes it there. He's at the 15. He's at the 20, 25, and he's up to the 25-yard line. Almost fumbled again. This time the Chiefs got down there in a hurry. Tony Richardson and Greg Minuski, the men down there first for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know, I'll go back to the play calling for Kansas City. I think it's been terrific. You know, Bono was 11 for 16, 127 yards, but he's hit 8 different receivers. You know, when you do that, you are really keeping the defense guessing out there.
The Chiefs drive, 3 plays, 22 yards. Bono to Anders for a 1-yard touchdown pass. We're seeing different things, though. Marcus Allen's lined up at wide receiver several times.
They're doing a lot of things differently, trying to confuse the defense of San Diego, and it's working.
Chiefs have their first lead of the night, 13-10. 3:43 left in the half. Quick slant thrown by Humphreys. He finds Tony Martin up to the 35-yard line in front of James Hasty. It's a gain of 9.
And also, who is that on the ground and getting up very slowly?
Derek Thomas.
Yes. He's not getting up as of yet.
I get a feeling he's playing really hurt today.
That right knee is bothering him. He's going down. They got to call timeout, get him off the field.
So an injury timeout has been called here. And now it's time for an NFL update. And the guy who's amazed by the Jacksonville Jaguars, here's Bill Grigsby.
I'm more amazed by Kansas State and Kansas, if that's all right.
That's okay.
They're my teams, and they're doing well. And Missouri's going to do better, I can tell you that. Take a little while. But we have an NFL update. Brought to you by who else? Price Chopper. From Price Chopper.
Jaguars to the Super Bowl. Maybe not. Second down and a yard for the Chargers. They play Ronnie Harmon in there now at tailback. And he's got a first down as he powers up behind the block of his right guard, Isaac Davis, and his right tackle, Stan Brock. Tracy Simeon tackles him, but San Diego has a first down.
You know, Humphreys completed his first pass on first down. He was 1 of 3 on first down, and he picked up 9 yards. But they aren't banging at Kansas City's defense like I thought they would with Natron Means, because Humphreys is putting the ball in the air quite a few times.
Plus, we're seeing Harmon line up on first and second down in the backfield. That's not the custom of San Diego. Humphreys to throw, dumps it off near flat, finds Harmon 35, high step, and moves, forced it out of bounds at the 42-yard line to get him 4 yards. Pretty good coverage. James Hasty and Anthony Davis over there for the Chiefs.
What they got Harmon in there for is because this is their 2-minute drill, and he is the key guy in the 2-minute offense coming out of that backfield.
Natron back in the game for San Diego, and Anthony Davis playing for the injured Derek Thomas at linebacker spot. 2:32 and counting left to go in the first half. Kansas City 13, San Diego 10. Means and Harmon in the backfield now. As Harmon in the slot left, Means the lone setback to throw. Humphreys on a deep drop. Here comes the rush. Fires the crossing pattern. Finds Harmon. Axel tackle in the open field by Anthony Davis. Just the gain of 2.
There is the key. They had the slot formation. That's where Ronnie Harmon lined up on the left side. That crossing pattern that Kansas City's had some problems with all season long going across there. But going back to an open field tackle, if that guy makes the tackle, you're keeping the gain to a minimum. Terrific tackle by Davis.
We're at the 2-minute warning, and the warning is don't touch your radio dial. It's the Chiefs in charge.
It's an excellent example of what it's like in the pits. Smith gets a shot there from Dwayne Young, the tight end. Here comes Brock back after a little more. Here comes Eric Moten in. This has been going on since the first drive.
Mitch Holthus back along with Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, Bob Dretz, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Monday night. 13-10, the Chiefs lead the Chargers. 60 B's in for Kansas City on 3rd and 4 for the Chargers at the 44 their own. Lofting a high long pass for Papunu, and he traps the football at the 30-yard line. Alfred Papunu traps the football in front of Brian Washington and George Jamison.
And Jamison was beaten on the play by Papunu. He was open. The ball was just thrown a little bit too far where he couldn't gather it in. So there was the matchup that Humphreys was looking for. He's looking for a linebacker on his tight end.
And now we're going to have a rarity, about as rare as the spotted owl, and that is a punt in this game. The first punt of the game will be tried by Darren Bennett. Now, here's the story on this guy. He's an Australian rules football player. Takes a snap and gets the kick away.
Ooh.
High, booming punt.
Ooh, man.
It will go into the end zone and come out to the 20-yard line. They need the little guy into the goalpost going like that.
Wow, that was a great punt.
5.04 hang time, 56-yard punt. 1:41 left to go in the half. Chiefs have the football, leading 13-10, 80 yards from the end zone, and Kansas City's got all 3 timeouts remaining.
All right, and that's for Bono, and he has been throwing the ball very well today. I think he's throwing the ball better today than
motion to the left side. Bono wants to throw it after play action fake. Goes it down the left sideline. He's got a man reaching out. Webster Slaughter dives and makes a catch at the Charger 45-yard line.
Call timeout. He should call timeout.
36-yard pass play.
He did call timeout.
Timeout called by the Chiefs. They have 2 remaining, 1:25 left to go in the half. Bono with a beautiful spiral over the shoulder of Webster Slaughter, who's been big tonight.
I'll tell you, I like the play calling. It seems that they have opened up more so in the first half than the other games that they have played. 2 catches for Webster, 74 yards. That's not too bad, is it? But he has such great hands. You see, he just left his feet, was extended in the air, was able to come up with that reception. So now they're down there with, let's see, timeouts remaining. Kansas City still has 2 timeouts remaining, so plenty of time. 1:25 on the clock and a couple of timeouts.
And Kansas City went after a rookie cornerback, Terrence Shaw, playing for the injured Darian Gordon.
You have to. I mean, you even the good ones you have to challenge once in a while, but if you've got a rookie out there, you got to make him prove that he's capable of playing in the National Football League.
Bob Dretz is on the sideline.
Mitch, coming into the game, Paul Hackett was talking about the rookie corner, Terrence Shaw. And I think he got burned on something that Paul Hackett picked up from the tape, and that was he's a great cover guy, but he makes that rookie mistake of looking for the receiver and then losing his space between the passer. That's what happened on that play.
3 wide receivers, single back, stretch play right side to Greg Hill, trying to cut back against the pursuit. He gets blown up at about the 43-yard line for just a gain of 1. Sean Lee, Dennis Gibson, clock moving, 1:15 left in the half. 13-10, Chiefs by 3. Out quickly without a huddle.
Evidently, they had 2 plays called in the huddle.
Steve Bono, 3 wide receivers once again, same formation. Back to throw, has time. Dumps over the middle on a delay route, finds Walker. Near a first down at the Charger 34-yard line. Dennis
timeout, man. Timeouts, you got 2 of them.
And the Chiefs will call one here. Timeout called by the Chiefs. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. Chiefs 13, Chargers 10.
You're looking for points. I mean, 7 would be great, but you're looking to get at least 3 points because you're in position to do that with the time on the clock, 57 seconds, 1 timeout still remaining. See, he could go down the middle because he had 2 timeouts remaining. That's why you want to save those babies until the end of the half or the end of the game. And that middle area is the area that's going to be available to throw to, because what they're going to do, you watch now, they'll probably put somebody man for man on the head of those wide receivers and put a couple of defensive backs deep down middle so that they call that a cover 2, but get into a zone defense. Calling has been terrific for one thing. They're catching them in the right defense.
First down and 10, 6 DBs in for San Diego. First and 10 at the Chargers 34. Bono deep in the pocket, throws to the near sideline. Lake Dawson on a throw. Keeps his both feet in bounds as he tiptoes and backpedals out of bounds, making the catch in front of Willie Clark. That time the Chiefs went to the sideline.
And did you see the defense that they had in? They had the wide receivers. They had the defensive back in their face and bump and run. They had people down deep. And that was a sideline pattern that Lake Dawson convinced that man that he was going to go deep, stopped and went to the sideline, and he was open.
Willie Clark was the defender, and he slipped and fell as Dawson was making his out cut. Split backs behind Bono. Tight end left Walker to throw. Bono deep drop. Here comes the rush. He's hit. The ball's free. They're going to call it a fumble. And San Diego looks like they've got it at the 29. They do. Sean Lee. And John Perella crashing through, but it looked like Ray Lee Johnson was the man who stripped the ball from Bono, and Sean Lee recovered.
And the only thing that you can't afford to do is cough up the football. You have to feel that pressure. Without looking at it, you have to feel that pressure. You know either to put that ball away or get rid of it in a hurry.
That was the first sack tonight for the San Diego Chargers. The Chiefs protection unit has been great up until that play. Ray Lee Johnson, and the ball almost slipped out of Bono's hand as Johnson was coming in to strip it. He went around Ricky Sigler, who's playing for the injured Jeff Criswell. 43 seconds. Now the Chargers have one timeout remaining. They are 70 yards from the end zone. Humphreys goes with 3 wide receivers and an H-back to the right side. Ronnie Harmon is wide to the left. Humphreys dumps it over, and Say drops the football at the 32. He was open and dropped it in front of George Jamieson, who's ready to level him if he caught it.
Don't think that Humphreys won't go deep. This guy will go deep. I mean, a lot of things that, well, listen, you only got 39 seconds remaining. You're down in your own territory here. Maybe you should play it safe, but don't expect Humphreys to do that, because he is capable of throwing that ball 70 yards in the air.
Len, I remember a 52-yarder to Sean Jefferson last year at the right corner that beat the Chiefs. Martin, Say, and Jefferson all in the lineup as 3 wide receivers. They wing to the right side as an H-back. Harmon wide to the left. There's movement, and Sally Moore coming in and levels Stan Humphreys at the 24-yard line. And now Stan Brock talking to the referee, wanting a penalty on Dan Saliamo as well. It appeared the Chiefs were drawn off. Stan Humphreys was mad. He just threw the football behind him.
Well, Saliamo clubbed him right in the head, it looked like.
And the referee on this Monday night football game of this crew, Howard Rowe, will talk to his officiating crew. You know what they're thinking about? They're thinking about the play yesterday when Boomer Esiason got knocked out of the game by Bruce Smith.
We've got an unabated move toward the quarterback by the defense. 5-yard penalty. Retreat second down.
San Diego also wanted a 15-yard penalty.
They did. 15-yard penalty for hitting the quarterback. It's the 4th penalty on Kansas City. 4th penalty.
5-yard penalty on the Chiefs. Moves the ball to the 35. Time, 38 seconds left in the half. Score, Kansas City 13, San Diego 10. The Chiefs just turned it over on a sack of Steve Bono. Now the Chargers have 2nd and 5. They go with 3 wide receivers. 6 TDs in for the Chiefs. To throw Humphreys. Deep 7-step drop. Fires a spiral near side to Martin. He curls out of bounds with the first down at the 47-yard line. It is a gain of 17 yards on the deep out route to Tony Martin in front of Mark Collins.
Interesting defensive alignment. That last time they had both Neil Smith and Derek Thomas on the left side. Because what is happening is Derek is getting double-teamed all the time, and so if they get both of them over there, one of them has to have single blocking.
It's also very apparent tonight, folks, that Derek Thomas is playing injured. John Carney's got a long leg. He can kick him from deep. Papuno in motion, the H-back. They roll to the right side. Humphreys wants to throw deep. Dumping it off. And the pass is broken up. Dale Carter jumping in front of the intended receiver on the far boundary. The intended receiver was Sean Jefferson. Great defensive play by Dale Carter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Kansas City's home for classic rock and roll of the 70s and your voice of the Chiefs. 101 KCFX. The Fox.
Dale Carter, great play coming up to knock the ball loose from Sean Jefferson.
Humphreys 10 of 17, 79 yards. Mickle coming out of the game. He looks like he's hurting as well.
28 seconds left to go in the half. 13-10 Chiefs to throw Humphreys. at his own 47. Steps up into the pocket, throws to the near sideline. Martin can't hang on to the football. It rolls through his hands. He tried to make a basket catch in front of James Hasty. It's incomplete. Now the down and distance, 3rd and 10. The time, 22 seconds.
I think Humphrey's just throwing that ball away because if he made the catch, he was standing out of bounds over there by the Chiefs sideline. And going back to the injuries, Mickle is hurting his shoulder injury. You mentioned that Derek Thomas is hurting. We've had Sally Mua leave the game a couple of times here in the first half with a leg problem.
Chiefs trying to hang in there defensively. Derek Thomas is out there as a stand-up linebacker this time. Martin, Say, and Jefferson are going to put Thomas in a three-point stance and try to rush the quarterback.
What are they thinking now? The clock? I guess that's what they're trying to determine. Oh, they want more time on the clock, I guess. Look, the referee is. It says 22 seconds.
That's what it was when the incompletion happened. Play clock at 23 seconds and counting. Game clock at 22 seconds left in the half. Papuno in motion right. To throw Humphrey. Shifting the pocket right. Sets his feet. Throws far side. And the pass is caught by Mark Say at the Chief 42-yard line. Defending was Mark Collins. But Humphreys gets up. He's complaining to Howard Rowe that he was hit late.
Well, Neil Smith has been getting into it with the offensive linemen. Now, this is about the 4th time in the first half that I have seen pushing and shoving and pointing after the play is over.
1st and 10, San Diego at the Kansas City 42. 18 seconds left to go in the half. San Diego still 1 timeout remaining. 13-10, Kansas City. 3 wide receivers. The left slot, Say, goes in motion all the way across behind Humphreys. Quick slant, he finds Martin at the 35. Trying to move to the sideline, near side, and a flag is thrown. His face mask on James Hasty. Grabbing the mask of Tony Martin as he drug him down to the grass. It'll be a pass play of about 10 yards plus a face mask penalty on Hasty.
Now you're getting into field goal territory. What Hasty needed to do with 18 seconds to go and only 1 timeout is to take the sideline away from him. Don't let him get to the sideline. He had help from the inside by Washington.
15-yard face mask.
15 yards.
First down.
Oh, my goodness. Going to give him a personal foul, 15-yard penalty face mask. So now the Chargers think touchdown. 12 seconds left to go in the half, plus a timeout remaining. James Hasty was trying to keep him in bounds, Len Dawson.
But done by grabbing the face mask and pulling him right down with the official standing right there.
The line of scrimmage is now the 19-yard line for the San Diego Chargers. 12 seconds left to go in the half. Chiefs 13, Chargers 10. What a difference of events here. The Chiefs are going in for at least a field goal. And now the Chargers are threatening. 6 DBs for Kansas City. Harmon, the setback to the left of Humphrey. In motion is Say. Chiefs are blitzing. Humphreys to throw. Dumps it off on a fade route. Far side, nobody's open. Martin covered up by Carter, and then behind him was Brian Washington.
Humphreys just throwing the ball away. He saw the blitz coming. He knew that he couldn't get it to his man, so he just threw it away to make sure he just saved some yardage down there for his field goal kicker, who will come in now and attempt the field goal to tie this game.
John Carney, 4 of 5 this year. He was the Pro Bowl kicker last year for the AFC.
And he has got a good leg. I mean, 50 yards is no problem for him.
He had 29 in a row at one time. Carney earlier had a 28-yarder, so now he's 5 of 6 on the season. This would be a 38-yard try. Gail Gilbert's the holder. The snapper is David Finn. The kick is up by John Carney, and he nails it. He nails it with 3 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Chargers tie the game 13-13. Carney, they give him a 36-yard field goal official.
You talked about the change of events, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
protect the football. That's the most important thing. Protect the football. That's how Kansas City got a touchdown. Coleman fumbling on the kickoff. Kansas City got it, took it in for the score, and now here it is. Instead of Kansas City with an opportunity to get a touchdown, not just 3 points, get a touchdown. Not only they do not get that, turn it around and San Diego ties it with a field goal. And then add a 15-yard face mask penalty on top of that. You got turnovers, you got penalties. Will kill you all the time. 8 plays, 41 seconds. That's all it took. And I told you that Stan Humphries is not the type of guy to be content to just sit on it because he's down in his territory. He goes after things.
No, and asked the Chiefs last year, asked the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. Asked the Miami Dolphins in the playoffs. 41 seconds, 52 yards, 8 plays officially. Carney, 36-yard field goal, 13-13 tie. There's only been one punt in the game up to this point. That was by the Chargers. The Chiefs have scored every time, all but one. They had the football, and that time Steve Bono was sacked and fumbled the football. That keep is Tamarick Vanover for the Chiefs. This will probably be a squib kick by Carney. He runs up and runs by the football. John Carney, kind of a Harlem Globetrotters routine, goes trotting up to the football and
like Peanuts, right?
That,
it's like that comics.
Charlie Brown and Lucy.
What's he trying to do anyway?
You know what? Remember the rule? They've got a 25-second clock on kickers, don't they? This is a new rule this year that the kicker's got to get the kickoff in 25 seconds, and there's no time on the play clock. But anyway, Carney will squib it. It's going to be picked up by Joe Valerio. Jumping Joe wants to go all the way. No, he's nailed at the 34-yard line.
Joe, you go to one knee, then you'll get the ball right there. You'll still have a second left.
As expected, a war, a close game. Monday Night Football, AFC Western Division rivals. Your score at halftime. The Chargers 13, the Chiefs 13, and Bill Grigsby's back with our halftime. Tamarick Vanover back for the Chiefs. High spinning kick taken by Vanover at the 5. Has his wall set in front of him. 15-20. Sprints up to the 25 and then goes down there. His back turned to the play. Spun around by the Chargers. Glenn Young and Dwayne Gordon there. And now a late flag has been thrown. Maybe on Pella McDaniels of the Chiefs, who's pleading his case with Howard Rowe. Field position.
I told you it gets down to that, doesn't it?
Personal foul on the Chiefs.
Unnecessary roughness. A late hit on number 77. Receiving team, half the distance to the goal.
Pelham McDaniels called for the penalty.
Now look where their starting position is. 12-yard line.
You. 6 penalties on Kansas City on this beautiful Monday evening.
See, that's such an unnecessary one. I mean, the play is over. It's over, Get on, get ready for the next play.
Grunhard over the football, Shields. Kansas City double shifts. They send Valerio and Walker both to the left side. And originally on the right side. Now Walker comes back to the right. Hand off Marcus Allen. Trying the block of the center and the right guard. Moving up to the 15-yard line and gains 3 yards or 2 yards on first down. Reuben Davis and Junior Seau for the Chargers on the tackles.
They've got Valerio in there. That he's coming out now, but was in as a tight end. They had him in there about 3 or 4 plays other than short yardage situations. One was a quick slant that worked very well in the first half.
And with Keith Cash hurt, Len Dawson, he's the only other tight end they got. And he's a tackle. Walker, hand on the ground, tight end right side. Split backs for Bono. Split in left, flanker right. Bono to throw it long, getting it down the near side, looking for Willie Davis. The pass is incomplete. Through the hands of the lunging Willie Davis. On coverage for San Diego, Dwayne Harper.
Really close. I think what he's got to learn to do is don't put his hands up until the last instant, because when you run with your hands up, you're not going to go as fast. But there they are taking a shot at it, and why not? Take a shot at it. You got great speed in Willie Davis at that flanker position. Make those cornerbacks play it.
The Chiefs have been excellent on third down conversions tonight. 5 of 7. Let's see if they can come up with another piece of magic here. 3 wide receivers, tied into the right side. John Alt in a 2-point stance as a left tackle. Bono back to throw, dumps it off near side to Anders. He's got Seau in front of him, trying to juke him. Seau takes him down along with Rodney Harrison at the 17-yard line, just a gain of 2. The Chiefs out to punt for the first time tonight.
It's where you don't want 10 yards on third down, because what they do defensively, they put somebody on the nose of all of those wide receivers and take them out of the passing game and forces you to throw that little swing pass.
Also, you don't want to start a drive at the 12.
Oh, no.
Louis Aguiar leads the National Football League in punting. He has a 47-yard average, gross average. That's the best in the National Football League. And he gets this kick away. This is not a good kick. Fair catch called for by Andre Coleman, and I don't know why he did.
He's angry.
3.5 seconds, a 40-yard punt.
And he's angry with himself for doing it because he had a lot of room.
And he leads the National Football League in punt returns. Timeout on the field. 13:26 left to go, third quarter. Game is tied. Mitch Holthus here along with Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, Bob Gratz. Just underway in the third quarter. San Diego's first drive of the second half. Starts at its own 43-yard line. Means to the backfield. Back to throw Humphries. Throws late, finds Papuna. leaking out of the backfield. He's up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on first down. Now for a hospital report, let's go to Bob Gretz, the beat-up Chiefs.
Mitch, at halftime, it was a busy place. Neil Smith, Derek Thomas, Dan Salamua, Darren Mickle all received treatment at halftime. Thomas, Salamua, and Smith are out there now. Darren Mickle will play in the second half.
Like the TV series ER down there. Second down 5 for the Chargers. Split back. Wide receiver about 6 yards outside the left tackle. Ronnie Harmon in the backfield. He's going to come in the near side on a sweep. He sheds the tackler as a blocker in front of him. Now cuts back to the right and cut down by Simeon at the 48-yard line. No gain on the play. Harmon turned all the way back to the near side. Went back to the right and gained nothing. Von Booker also there.
Von Booker made a terrific play. He was in the backfield. He tried to make the tackle. Didn't make it. He didn't lay there on the ground. He got up, came back, and got involved in the tackle. You know, we're talking about where you start your drive. San Diego started their drive on the average of their 38-yard line. So they've had great field position.
San Diego 5 and 7 on third down conversions. 3rd and 5 from the 48. They're on. 6 DBs for Kansas City. Humphries, quick slant, great catch by Say. Reaching out with both hands and pulling it in as he was being tackled by Mark Collins. First down, San Diego at the Chief 41.
Well, that's 6 of 8, right? On third down conversions for the San Diego Chargers. And not only a good pass, but a terrific catch by the receiver. And Mark Collins did about as much as you can possibly do to cover the guy. He was all over the guy.
Chiefs are playing man-to-man. First down and 10 for the Chargers. Asadai, Papunu is the H-back. A tight end lined up as a fullback on first down. At the Chief 41, Humphries off play action. Pumps twice, throws late, has a man open. Martin at the 25, peels away 20. 15 has a block. Fumble. Chiefs have it at the 11. Chiefs have the football at the 11-yard line. It looks like Tracy Simeon has the football for Kansas City. Shades of the Seattle game as the Chiefs force a fumble. Second turnover of the game for the Chargers. Shades of the Seattle game, and the Chiefs get a fumble after a long.
And they really needed it because they were marching on down the field. The receiver, when Humphries bought some time back in the pocket, was wide open. Hasty missed the tackle the first time, and fortunately for Kansas City, they came up with the football, and they can turn around. They're starting basically where they started the second half. They're on the 11-yard line now. They started on the 12-yard line the last time they had the ball.
And you can thank Mark Collins for forcing the fumble, but he paid the price for the play. He's injured on the near sideline. Handoff, quick play. Marcus Allen runs into a defender. The blocker took the defender for the San Diego Chargers right into the play. It was Lewis Bush.
Kimball Anders was trying to block him, and he just threw him aside like a rag doll. Went in, and there go back to the first down play, how important it is on first down to get positive yardage. They started on the 11-yard line. They're now on about the 7.5, almost the 8-yard line. So you lose a little over 3 yards on the first down play. It really is tough on your offense, tough on your play calling, because you don't have that many plays from down there.
Kansas City lost 3 yards on first down, 2nd and 13. From its own 8-yard line. Offset eye for Bono. Long count. Fakes the handoff. Wants to throw it. Guns it a deep route over the middle. Willie Davis holds it in. Both hands up. And cradles the football as he goes down at the 20. The Chiefs have a chance on third down. They pick up 12 yards on 2nd and 13. Harper and Orlando on the tackle.
Yeah, but he's still down. I'll tell you what he did. He came back for the ball, and he caught it in his hand. Didn't let the ball come to him. But he's shaken up. Willie Davis coming off the field, but he's walking all right, so he should be able to go back in there. Third down short situation. Joe Valerio going in. He'll be in there as a tight end, an eligible receiver. This is a big third down play. They need to pick this up.
Receivers coaches always tell you to make that V and cup those hands, and he did it perfectly. 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs from their own 20. 9:55 left to go third quarter. 13-13 tied. Chiefs in charges. Handoff. Tony Richardson lowers his shoulder. Rams into a Charger. Rams into another one. Gain of 3. First down Chiefs.
Good hard running. They needed that. They couldn't afford to punt this thing away down there. Now, on first down, they got to do something. They got to get some positive yards. They've had 2 drives so far. First down rushing 4 times for just 5 yards on first down. You can't, that's not good enough.
Got to win on first down. Hale and Andrews. Dual setbacks behind Steve Bono. Slaughter now lines up as a wide receiver. It's stepping off as the tight end Walker in motion left. Bono on first down retreats. Once the swing pass left to Hill. Shoots a man 25. Cuts upfield 30. Grigsby is up across the 34-yard line. He put a move on Lewis Bush, who eventually made the tackle, but a nice play in the far flat by Greg Hill.
That was a screen pass. They had Walker in motion from the right side to the left. He got involved in the blocking over there. Also, Kim Landers involved in the blocking, just kind of setting up a couple of man screen out there for Hill. Hill did the rest with his running ability to pick up the first down.
Bono showed some courage. He had Leslie O'Neal in his face mask as he released the football to Greg Hill. Bono thrown for 211 yards. Walker in motion near side. Bono on first down. Short roll right. Dumps it off. Finds Walker leaking out of his tight end spot. He's up to the 39. Gain of 5 on first down. Lewis Bush makes another tackle for San Diego.
There's the positive yards on first down that you're looking for. You know, before I said they rushed 4 times for just 5 yards on first down situations. Now they're coming up in second down, 5 yards or so to go. Now you can do some things back there. You can go to your playbook and run some things. You can run a reverse down here. You could do a bootleg. You could do a lot of things that you can't do when you're down by your goal line.
Chiefs are going on Marcus Allen as a wide receiver to the near side. 2 receivers left. Leroy Thompson, a lone setback. 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 13-13 tie. Chargers are blitzing. Leroy Thompson trying to get to the outside. A flag is thrown as Thompson is back to the line of scrimmage.
Holding Kansas City.
Chargers were blitzing with a double blitz up the middle. Gibson and Bo Orlando made the tackle.
It could be Derek Walker trying to make a block on the defensive lineman, and he wasn't able to get that done.
Walker appears to be tired. You know, he splits time with Keith Cash. But tonight he's the guy because Cash hurt.
Yeah, he's got to go the whole game unless they go in with 3 wide receivers. San Diego has 2 penalties for 10 yards. Kansas City 7 for 68. I go back to a Dale Carter penalty for pass interference. They got their first touchdown after that. And you go here, here's a penalty here that now you're going into second and long situation.
Plus the face mask penalty that was called earlier in this quarter. Or at the end of the first half, I should say. 7:43 left to go, third quarter. 60 B's in for San Diego. They put 5 in the line of scrimmage, showing blitz again. Bono, draw play. Kimball Anderson trying to get outside 30, 35. He's up the left hash mark to the 37-yard line. Picks up 9 yards on a 2nd and 16 play. Junior Seau makes the tackle.
So he got some of it back. If they were to go back and throw on that second down situation, incomplete. Now you have 3rd and 16 to go. But now it's reasonable here. Still 3rd and long, and you're going to have to throw the football. But the pass patterns that you can run, you don't have to worry about running a 25-yard pass pattern to pick up a first down. You only need about 7.
3 wide receivers. They're all lined up to the right side. Now Lake Dawson goes in motion to the left side, leaving Hughes and Slaughter on the near side. To throw Bona. Sets up, dumps it off, and the pass is broken up. It could have been intercepted by Junior Seau, who didn't see the football in time as he turned just in a fraction of a second. It hits his arm. It was intended for Anders, but Seau could have had a touchdown.
Showing you the quickness of Seau, he started to blitz. His man was Kimball Anders. And if Kimball stays in to block, and he goes up and halfway blitzes. Kimball showed block first, and Seau started to come toward him, and then Anders out in the flat, and Seau with his quickness able to get out there and knock the ball down.
Louis Aguiar had a 40-yard punt the last time. It was a low punt, but a poor decision by Andre Coleman, the fair catcher. Nice snap back to Aguiar, winds up and smokes this one. Up in the barbecue smoke, taken by Andre Coleman, lets it go over his head. It takes a backwards bounce. Down by the chase at the 7-yard line. A perfect punt. 4.82 hang time. The punt distance, 55 yards inside the 10. Down at the 8-yard line. 55-yard punt by Louis Aguiar has San Diego in jail. Got its own 8-yard line. The crowd roaring on its feet. San Diego, 1st and 10. At its own 8-yard line. Single back is Means. Handoff. Left side it goes to Means. He's going nowhere. He stopped for no gain on the play. Unpiling.
Sally Moore. Well, I said he was in the backfield. As soon as Means got the handoff, he was right there. That might be the first time that Natron Means has touched the ball since he scored a touchdown in the first half. Sally Amula just playing great this year. And bear in mind, he left in the first quarter a couple of times because of a leg problem.
Second down, they actually gave him a loss of 1 on the play back to the 7. 2nd and 11. For San Diego from its own 7. Humphries, 2-step drop, throws right, finds Papuno at the 15, sends attack for 15, 20 at the right sideline, still on his feet, 40, 45. Finally is thrust out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 42-yard pass play. Mark Collins, who was injured earlier, eventually or missed a tackle on Papunu.
Carter should have had him for a couple of yard gain. If he makes the open field tackle, he just went down low, and Papunu just jumped right over it. So going back to tackling in this game, the number one thing you must do on defense is tackle.
Huge break for the Chiefs here, Len. They said he stepped out at the 28-yard.
They're lucky because they're lucky that Papuno's not any faster than he is, too.
So, San Diego does not have the ball at the 48, but the 28. A late call saying he stepped out of bounds. Papunu in motion right. Means with the carry. Runs hard. Slams into a Chief at the 32-yard line. Gains 4 yards. Brian Washington, Dale Carter on the Chief tackle.
Bear in mind, Derek Thomas not in the ball game. You take a look at him down there on about the 41-yard line. Has had problems with his right knee. Was hurt last week in Arizona. And has seen limited action here this evening.
5:15 left to go, third quarter. Chiefs 13, Chargers 13. Second down and 5 for San Diego. From its own 33. Double tight end, double flanker, single back. Back to throw Humphries, all kinds of time. Throws a deep curl over the middle, and he finds Sean Jefferson. Out from the Chief 45-yard line, a gain of 12 yards. James Hasty covered for the Chiefs.
Just too much time for Humphries back there to wait for the receiver to run down the field, move around into the open space down there. Nobody in Humphries' face, and he's able to throw it. I see Von Booker coming off. He's tired. Kellen McDaniel's going in to replace him at defensive right end.
Also, James Hasty coming off the field, a bit animated. I don't think he wants to leave the game. Darren Anderson takes his place in coverage. 2 receivers to the right side. Double tight end, single back Means. First and 10 from the 45. Stretch play, near side Means. Trying to cut up field. He'll gain about 3 yards. Anthony Davis has a pile of bodies. Jamison, Washington, Simeon. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Chief Fox Football Radio Network.
101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. Your radio home of the Chiefs and classic rock and roll of the 70s.
These two teams pounding away at each other. Means 13 carries, gets 33 yards.
Yeah, and he was averaging over 4 yards per carry coming into the game.
Second down, 7 for the Chargers from their own 48. Deep drop this time by Humphries. Here comes the rush. Humphries flag thrown as Humphries sacked at the 47-yard line. Joe Phillips, what a year he's having. Another sack for Phillips. He's got 4 on the season.
I think they're going to be calling the offensive lineman for San Diego for the holding. Now, the Chiefs are going to have to make a decision what to do here. Probably refuse it because it'll bring up a third down and long situation.
They're going to call tripping on the San Diego offensive line.
Yeah, going back to Means, 13 carries, 33 yards.
Number 77 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
So they're going to take the penalty.
Eric Moten is called for the tripping penalty. And it moves the football back from the 48 back to the 38-yard line. Second and 17 for the Chargers at that point. 3:35 left to go, third quarter. 13-13 tie. Rather, Coleman is wide to the left side. Ronnie Harmon in the backfield behind the right tackle. Stan Humphries back to throw. Sets up right. Here comes the rush. He's hit. He's sacked at the 27-yard line. Keith Trainer. Neil Smith back there for the Chiefs along with George Jamison. First sack of the night for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And there was no escaping for Stan Humphrey because he had 3 guys in his face. He tried to look for a spot to go to, but there wasn't any. 9-yard loss on the play, so this is going to break it. What is it going to be now? Third and 26. What they can't do now is get a penalty and give them because most penalties on defense are automatic first down.
Third and 26 for the Chargers from their own 29. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 13-13 tie in this AFC West battle. To throw Humphries to a 3 wide receiver formation. Big rush again. Fires, finds Harmon out of the backfield. Moves around Collins. He's at the 35-40. Up to the 45-yard line. Washington bumps him out of bounds. However, if San Diego picks up 16 yards of field position, they'll have to punt. But a big play to keep the field position in the favor of San Diego.
And if the tackle was made, it would have been a 6-yard gain instead of a 16-yard gain. Going back to making, and it's not easy to make an open-field tackle on Ronnie Harmon. He might be the best third down player, back in the National Football League.
And the Australian rules football guy is back on the punt.
Yes.
He punted for 56 yards his last time out there. He played in the World League for a year, but this guy just started playing American football. This one shanks off to the left side of his, or right side of his foot to the far side of the field. Vanover leaves the area and he gets a nice San Diego bounce, and a flag has been thrown. Hang time, 3.93 seconds for Darren Bennett, the punter. 46-yard punt. It's down at the 10-yard line, but let's see what the flag will be. Might be on San Diego here.
If it is, they can kick it over again. Vanover should just get completely away from that ball. Didn't we see a guy last week?
We did.
In Arizona who was looking at a ball? My goodness, and all of a sudden, bam, it goes through his legs. They said it hit him, and Kansas City wound up with a football.
San Diego's called for unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, will the penalty be a post-possession penalty, or will it be on the play? And if it's on the play, San Diego would be forced to punt again, probably. Marcus Allen is running over to Mike Stock, the special teams coach, and to Marty Schottenheimer, the head coach, to explain the situation. We've seen Marcus more animated this year.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on a kicking team. 15-yard penalty. Kicking team member went out of bounds. Did not try and get back within a reasonable amount of time. 15 yards, re-kick.
15 yards.
And Marty Schottenheimer saying re-kick it. What a huge break. The other thing, penalties, turnovers, special teams, field positions, penalties.
You can look at any football game, and you look at turnovers and penalties, it pretty much dictates, who's going to win, who's going to lose, because it's pretty tough to overcome a lot of turnovers. Last week is a good example for the San Diego Chargers going against Pittsburgh. Humphreys was intercepted 4 times. You can't do that and expect to win.
The man called for the penalty is Willie Clark. Second-year player out of Notre Dame. He's the flyer or the wide guy on punt coverage. Now to punt again is Darren Bennett. Crowd roaring. 2:23 left to go, third quarter. 13-13 tie. Bennett. Whoa! Gigantic punt. A deep punt. Backing up Vanover to the 5-yard line, to the 2 when he finally gets it. Outside, he's at the 5, he's at the 10, and it's nailed at the 15-yard line. What a punt. 66 yards by Darren Bennett. Australian rules football.
Wow.
Huge punt. 4.32 seconds. Timeout on the field. 2:10 left to go, third quarter. 13-13 tie on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. Well, Griggs, the biggest thing to come out of Australia since Crocodile Dundee is this punter for San Diego.
He kicked that ball or what?
66-yard punt. The Chiefs are in poor field position. Swing pass to Marcus Allen. He fumbles the ball, but fumbles it out of bounds after catching it. He got submarined by Dwayne Harper, and the ball flew out of the hands of Marcus Allen. Out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and an injured Charger, Lewis Bush, is down on the play.
Starting position, field position is so important. In the first half, Kansas City enjoyed pretty good field position, but not in the second half.
Back at Arrowhead Stadium, along with Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, and Bob Dretz, along with 79,288 others, the 4th largest crowd in Chiefs history.
Sure.
13-13 tie. Chiefs and Chargers. 1:58 left to go, third quarter. Kansas City, 2nd and 7 from its own 18. Split backs for Bona. Flanker near side, Davis. Handoff, trap play, Kimball Anders looking for room. A man a hold of his leg is Junior Seau as he tries to drag Seau to the 20, gain of 2.
I thought he was hurting, this Junior Seau guy. Bad leg and all that. He's knocked passes down. He's made open field tackles. He's been involved in an awful lot of other tackles. Kansas City's big plays have come on first downs. Have been passing 28 to Kimball Anders, 38 to Slaughter, 19 to Dawson, another 35-yarder to Slaughter. That's why first down is such an important down.
3rd and 5 for the Chiefs. From their own 20, 13-13 tie, winning minutes of the third quarter. Bono pump fakes, now dumps it off, finds Kimball Anders out of the backfield, stiff arms a man, tackle from behind near a first down at the 25-yard line.
Where are they
Junior Seau pointing, saying he was down at the 24.
Where are they going to spot it? I think they're giving Kansas City a pretty good spot. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They spot the ball at the 26, and that's a Chief first down. How about Kimball Anders?
He's been the go-to guy, hasn't he?
He has really elevated. He came into this game. He had touched the ball 44 times. Tonight, we'll check Anders' numbers. He had a touchdown, Chiefs' only touchdown, with a 1-yard pass reception in the second quarter. 13-13 tie, 30 seconds left to go, third quarter. Bono, play action fake on first down. Dumping it off left side, finds Dawson, deep curl. That breaks the tackle. Lake Dawson's up to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 23 yards for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I just said first down, big play, throwing the football, and there it is, a slot formation on that side. And the reason that play was successful was that he had ample time. I'm talking about Lake Dawson and also Bono to let that thing develop. The pass protection was so necessary, and they got it on that play.
Final play of the third quarter has just happened. We're going to the fourth quarter. It's the Chiefs and Chargers. It's Monday night. It's close, like every other game between these two teams. 13-13 tied. That is on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
The Chargers, the first team since the 1935 Packers to not allow a fourth quarter point through the first 5 games of the season. As we start the fourth quarter, the game is tied, and Marcus Allen takes the ball.
On a sweep to the right side, lowers the shoulder. And the rubber band man stretching forward to the 47-yard line of the Chargers. It's a gain of 4 yards on the first play of the fourth quarter.
Let's talk about Bono. He's 20 of 27, 244 yards and a touchdown. But on first down, he's 8 of 11 for 109 yards. And what do we got down? We got somebody who's down for the Chargers again.
Dwayne Harper, Len, who's the cornerback, the 8th-year veteran. He's opposite the rookie.
Both teams have had guys go down. This shows that this is a hard-hitting affair out there.
There's a break in the action, and if you need a break, then
injury timeout here. Eyes and move.
Was that my imagination, or was that Kenny Wolf singing in our ear?
I have my IFB down.
14:38 left to go in the game. 13-13 tie, Chiefs and Chargers. Kansas City, 2nd and 6, football at the Charger 47. Tamarick Vanover, here comes the reverse for the Chiefs. Vanover trying to get outside, pass. Leslie O'Neal, he does, and then he's tripped and falls forward. Lewis Bush saved a giant gain for Tamarick Vanover.
That was the trick play that Bob Gretz was talking about when Vanover is in there, look for maybe on a reverse. Did an excellent job of getting by Leslie O'Neal to pick up good yardage. You know, they're not running with the ball, either team. San Diego, 17 carries, 43 yards. That's a 2.5-yard average. Kansas City, 19 of 45, 2.4 yards. That was just before that last play.
Do you think both teams came in with the intent to stop the run?
Yes.
Timeout called by Kansas City. They have 3rd and 1 at the Charger 42, and a timeout is on the field. Let's take it. 13-13. Marcus Allen gets it, tries the right side. He is nailed to the 40-yard line. But his last burst of effort looks like it picked up a Chief first down. Harper and Bush make the tackle.
And it was Kimball Anders doing something else, and that is blocking. He was the guy in motion from the left side to the right side and provided the block at the point of attack for Marcus Allen. They needed that. They needed that first down. They need to get in the end zone for a touchdown. What they need.
13-13 tie. Chargers at one point led 10-3. Chiefs at one point led 13-10. We've been tied since the last 2 seconds of the first half. Anders and Allen. And an offset eye. Vanover in motion near side. They're going to fake the reverse. Bono to throw. Throwing down the right sideline. Anders drops the football. The ball rolls off his right hand. As he was sprinting up the right sideline, Lewis Bush on coverage. Bono put it right there for Kimball Anders.
Oh, man, what a great call. What a great call. Faking the reverse to Vanover going down the sidelines. He had Willie Davis going streaking deep, and behind him was Kimball Anders right off his fingertip. Man, that was it. That was a play. That's you work to call that play. You maybe get one shot in the game. You may never get the opportunity, but you get in a first down situation like they had. They had the opportunity. They had the call, but they didn't come up with a catch.
2nd and 10 at the 40 of the Chargers. Lead play. Marcus Allen cutting back to the right side. Allen 35. Slithers forward to the 31-yard line. A gain of 9 on 2nd and 10. Junior Seau made the tackle, but Marcus Allen, nice read and run.
And I'll tell you, he did that on his own because you talk about a north-south runner. You just saw one. The guy, a north-south runner. The moves that he's making is always down the field picking up yardage, not sideways. Allen, 12 carries, 28 yards, and they have been tough 28 yards because there has not been any seams out there for anybody except one play when I think Greg Hill ran.
3rd down of the yard for the Chiefs at the 31-yard line. 12:33 left to go in the game. 13-13 tie. Bono sends Davis in motion. Play fake to Allen. The throw, Bono has time. Lofting it for Davis, right side. Reaches up, has it knocked away at the 4. A sterling defensive play by Dwayne Harper. as Willie Davis had the football just for a moment in his grasp and then knocked away at the last moment. 4th and 1, Kansas City.
But they're going for it. They are going for it, coming up with plays, going for the touch. Going to make a long field goal attempt here. What do you got?
Let's go to Mount Reds.
Mitch, watch on this play. Last night, they practiced from this formation a Lynn Elliott punt, pooch punt into the corner.
He will try a 50-yard field goal if indeed he tries the field goal. Louis Aguiar will hold. The snap is down. The kick is up by Lynn Elliott. A spinning kick. And the kick is good. He got it. Lynn Elliott, his longest field goal as a Kansas City Chief. 50 yards, and the Chiefs lead by 3. 12-19 left in the game. Chiefs 16, Chargers 13. You're listening to Chiefs football.
Hi, this is Dan Solomon letting you know.
11 play, 54-yard drive. They're going to give Elliott a 50-yard field goal, a 49. 49, which would tie his longest as a Chief. He hit a 49-yarder earlier this year against Seattle. Kick to Andre Coleman, takes it to the goal line. In a long return, he also fumbled 10-15. Coleman does it to a stack of Chiefs, now breaks tackles. He's up to the 25, to the 27-yard line. Lots of speed and tough to bring down, Coleman is. William White saved the day for the Chiefs. Coleman was about ready to break outside.
I'll tell you, he is exciting. He is exciting. You give him any seam whatsoever, and he is gone. On their 43, they're 8, and now the 27. So they've enjoyed better field position than Kansas City.
12:08 left in the game. 16-13 Chiefs. 1st and 10 Chargers from their own 27. Quick slant finds Martin. Humphries to Martin up across the 35 to the 36-yard line to get him 9 on 1st down. The slant was in front of Dale Carter.
And he's down. Dale Carter is down.
Bob Gretz, how many defenders are left?
The numbers are dropping. This is a bad one, though, because Dale Carter got hurt by his own man. Anthony Davis came over there at the end of the play, and he hit Dale Carter. It was not anything other than his own man.
Single back, Natron Maines on 2nd and 1. Gets it on a counter play. He's hit for a loss.
Von Booker, wow.
33-yard line, a loss of 2 yards.
There is that penetrating front four defense. Von Booker, when he's had the opportunity to play, has played extremely well this year. That was a big play for Kansas City because now it's going to put Humphries in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Not bad for a guy who spent 2 years in the Army and 2 years in the Canadian League before getting into this league. Carter back in for the Chiefs. 3rd down and 4. Kansas City, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 defensive backs. In motion, Jefferson. Humphries on 3rd and 4 from his own 33. Goes it near side. Papuna with the catch. Tackle immediately. And it looks like he's short of a 1st down. George Jamison made the hit, but a penalty flag was thrown as well. It may be on Eric Moulton for illegal procedure or a false start.
If it was an interior offensive lineman, then the play is dead. I mean, it's automatic.
There you go. False start on number 72 offense.
Let me ask you this, though. Is there a problem in the league? They've got to blow the whistle so people can hear it. You saw the hit on the side yesterday.
I sure did.
I mean,
they forgot to blow it.
People are getting hit on plays that don't count. Let's pause quickly, 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Prior to the snap, we got a false start on number 72 offense. 5 yards from the repeat again. Prior to the snap.
See, they have no choice when it's prior to the snap. That's why the Chiefs would say, hey, we'll refuse that penalty, but you can't. It was after the snap, and it was a penalty. It's something else. But it was prior to the snap, so there is no play.
But you see my point.
Yeah.
People are getting hit.
Oh, I know it.
For no reason. 3rd down and 9. Terrell Fletcher in as a running back. So is Harmon. Goes in motion left on 3rd down and 9 to throw. Humphries steps up into the pocket. He's going to scramble. 30, 35. Humphries has a 1st down as he lowers his shoulder and gets by Doug Terry to the 39-yard line. A gain of 11 yards and a scramble by Stan Humphries.
Brian Washington had a shot at tackling, but he wanted to hurt him. Now that I don't understand. That would have been a big play there. Not to hurt the guy, but tackle him. He ends up missing him, and he comes up with a 1st down. If he makes the tackle, he probably stops him before he gets to the 1st down marker.
Dale Carter in at near side cornerback. 1st and 10 Chargers. 10-15 left to go in the game. 16-13 Chiefs. Single back, Natron Means. He'll get the call. Prince back to the right. He's got nowhere to go. They shut the door on him. Joe Phillips, Neil Smith, a loss. Back at the 36-yard line, a loss of 3.
We may have seen the last running play by the San Diego Chargers because Von Booker, the last time second and short, tried to run with it. He tackled him for a loss. There's another one. Means 15 carries, 27 yards. He's going backwards because he had 30-some yards a little earlier.
You know, when the Chiefs put this defense in, Len Dawson, I thought of one team, San Diego.
So you take a look at it now. Means might not get back in the ball game.
Split backs for the Chargers. Second down and 13. From their own 36, 60 B's for Kansas City. To throw Humphreys, looks left, fires a pass in the dirt, intended for Tony Martin. Bayless on coverage for Kansas City.
Well, I don't know where he was throwing that ball because the receiver was open, and it didn't look like anybody was in the face of Stan Humphreys that play. Here comes another third down situation for the San Diego Chargers. They're 7 of 10 on third down. This would be an excellent time for Kansas City with 9:24 remaining in this football game to put the stop to Stan Humphreys and succeeding in making third down calls.
Means hasn't been shut down like this since the 93 season. Third down and 13 from the 36. Rolling left side, Humphreys grabs the football. Throwing downfield, the pass is incomplete. Too tall for Mark Say, but a flag was thrown. A flag was thrown in the Chiefs secondary.
One way to get away from the rush is to roll away from Neil Smith is what they did on that play.
Penalty, illegal contact on the Chiefs. Automatic first down, San Diego. 5 yards, automatic first down, illegal contact on Kansas City.
Now, did I say something about turnovers and penalties can hurt you? Penalties in certain situations can really hurt.
Number 40 defense.
40, Hasty, James Hasty. That's, I know his second, at least second penalty. That's the 8th for Kansas City, but what it does is keep the drive alive. You can't do that. I mean, you have to play intelligent football, and that's not intelligent football.
Contact beyond 5 yards from the line of scrimmage is illegal, and the Chiefs' James Hasty commits the penalty. 9:20 left in the game. 16-13, Chiefs lead the Chargers. Chargers have first and 10 at their own 41. Means behind Humphreys. To throw Humphreys. Looks downfield. Swing pass left to Means. Grabs the football. Cuts the field. Runs over James Hasty at the 49-yard line. Eventually tackled by Hasty there. George Jamison missed the tackle.
Yeah, Jamison's on the 39-yard line. He makes the tackle. I'll give him a yard if he makes a tackle to the 40-yard line. Instead, it's almost to the 50. That's what I'm talking about, tackling. You got to be able to tackle. I don't care how tough the guy is. You got to be able to tackle in the National Football League.
The Chargers have second down and 1 at the 49 their own. 8:43 left to go in the game. 16-13 Chiefs. Mitchell, the H-back. The tailback Means gets it on a lead play to the right side. He crosses the 50 and has a first down at the 49 of the Chiefs.
There was no dancing that time. That was not sideways. That was straight ahead with Natron Means. And it looks like if they give him a decent spot, he's going to pick up the first down.
Well, how big is the illegal contact on 3rd and 16?
Oh, there's certain things you don't do. You know, you don't throw an interception when you're inside the 10-yard line and you're going in, to get some points. You don't take a chance on that. And you got to protect the football. And you don't make dumb penalties.
Timeout for a measurement. They stretch the chains, and the Chargers are short.
Kansas City got a good spot on that one.
About 6 inches.
I wouldn't be surprised. Humphrey's the big guy. He may just go with the quarterback sneak here.
They're chopping here at Arrowhead. The Chiefs have been so good on Monday night, 13-7 on Monday Night Football. They've been great here at home on Monday night. Vaughn Parker is in as an extra blocker. He wears number 70, but he's an eligible receiver outside the left tackle. Quarterback sneak. There's your call, Len Dawson. Humphreys has a first down.
Yeah, if you have a foot to go or something like that. Humphreys 225 pounds. He's not a little guy. All you got to do is get the snap and get a standoff by the offensive lineman with the defense, and you're going to pick up, with the momentum of the quarterback, pick up the first down.
Clock moving at 7:45 left to go in the game. 16-13 Chiefs. Then Elliott nailed a 49-yard field goal at 12:19 left in the game, and now the Chargers are driving.
Go back to that penalty on 3rd and long. Now it hurts.
Courtney Hall, a 3-time Pro Bowl alternate. Hovers over the football for the San Diego Chargers. He will snap it to Stan Humphries. Tight end right is Young. Wing right is Papunu. To throw is Humphries. Looking downfield, pumping it long, looking for Jefferson. The passes caught by Jefferson at the 10, and is forced out of bounds at the 4. Shades of last year in the fourth quarter. Dale Carter got burned last year. It was the winning touchdown when Humphries hit Sean Jefferson on a similar play. 45 yards, first down, Chargers.
I go back to that penalty on 3rd and long. See the importance of keeping a drive alive. And, I'm talking about if you're physically beaten, that's one thing. That time, Carter was physically beaten on the play. He took the bait on the little pump early on by Jefferson. And Humphries had all the time in the world. First down play, I might add, once again with a long touchdown throw.
A nice catch by Stan Humphries. Timeout is called by San Diego. Let's go. With 6:56 left in the game, 16-13 Chiefs. Let's go to Bill Grigsby for an NFL update.
Well, we do have an NFL update brought to you by Price Chopper, your Chiefs tailgate party headquarters. Game Oakland and Denver. So quite a lineup of football coming up. All brought to you by Price Chopper, your Chiefs tailgate party headquarters.
San Diego, after the long pass play, has first down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. The Chiefs had a big goal line stand last week against Arizona. They need one now.
They got 6 defensive linemen in the game, so they're going to be covering every gap there, probably pinching down to the inside to shut off all the holes from end to end.
Pella McDaniels, Neil Smith, Joe Phillips, Dan Saliamoa, Keith Fraley, Vaughn Booker. Trying to root in.
They got Tracy Rogers and Tracy Simeon in there to try to jump up and make the hit.
Left side. They play fake. Rolling right is Humphries. Grabs the football, dumps it off, finds his man, the H-back, Shannon Mitchell, touchdown charge. It looked like Humphries had the option to run or throw, and he found Mitchell, the H-back, leaking out of the backfield.
Tracy Rogers was there, and he had to make a decision. What is he going to do? He's going to go after Stan Humphries, because if he doesn't, Humphries can go into the end zone easily to score. See, that was the problem there, that somebody went to the inside on the play fake, and nobody was outside as a contain man. And so it left Humphries out there and left Tracy Rogers on an island, really, because he had to make a choice. He made a choice, and Humphries also made the right choice to throw the football.
Shannon Mitchell, his first touchdown of the season. And John Carney will try the point after. And the Chargers lead 19-16. Carney's kick is good.
Like Kansas City looked like they were offsides. I don't know if they were drawn or not. If Kansas City is offsides, they'll take it on the kickoff.
An illegal contact penalty on the Chiefs on a 3rd and 16 play kept the drive alive, and then a long bomb to Sean Jefferson set up a little short pass play to Shannon Mitchell.
I go back to last year. It was 13-0 in the second half. Chargers hadn't done anything at all offensively. They had the punt, and somebody on their own decided to try to block the punt, ran into the kicker, and gave him the ball. The next play was a long touchdown pass, and the Chargers were right back in the ball game. One play can do it. That's why I say you must play intelligent football. 10 plays, 73 yards. Humphries to Mitchell, 4 yards.
1-16, and with the 5-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff, John Carney will kick it off from the 35-yard line.
And he's been basically kicking it down to the goal line, so this will give him an opportunity to kick it into the end zone and make it decision time for Vanover whether to bring it out or not.
Shannon Mitchell with the touchdown catch. His first National Football League touchdown. Vanover stands as a single returner at the goal line. 20-16, Chargers lead the Chiefs. Last year the Chargers beat the Chiefs twice after the Chiefs dominated this series with a bunch of close wins in the early part of the decade. Carney's kick away, England. Taken by Vanover at the goal line. Wants to return to his right. Now turns back left at the 15. He gets nailed at the 16-yard line. Terrell Fletcher and Dwayne Gordon. Great coverage by the Chargers.
And that 5-yard penalty. So instead of in the end zone, it would have been like on the 6-yard line, 5 or 6 yard line where he made the reception. So they started this second half on the 13, on their own 11, on their own 15, and now they're 16-yard line. So, and they have to score a touchdown.
Yeah, down 4.
So the defensive line for the Chargers, don't worry about the run, just tee off and go after Bono.
Andrews and Allen, split backs behind Bono. Tight end right is Walker. Hand off Marcus Allen, sweep right, looking for room. Trying to get to the right side. And gets to the 16, which is the line of scrimmage, no gain. Chris Mims stretched the play out as a defensive end for San Diego.
Yeah, I tell you, you got to maintain blocks a long time when you run that sweep like that, because Allen was looking for some kind of hole, but it wasn't there. Now they're forced to throw. First down, so important to get some yardage on first down.
They did give him a yard gain to the 17. Second and 9, Chiefs. They trail 20-16, 6:07 left to go in the game. They fake the draw to Andrews. They dump it off quick. Walker, nice one-handed catch at the 20. Steams up to the 25-yard line. Picks up 8 yards, needed 9. Sayal and Harper, tremendous catch by Derek Walker, reaching up with his left hand to haul in the high pass from Bono.
That was that play where they don't block Chris Mims. That's the second time Chris Mims has gone for Bono both times, and Steve is lucky to get both of those off. As you mentioned, a terrific catch, but you're talking about third down plays. This could be 4-down territory for Kansas City. 5:35 remaining. They need a touchdown.
Tony Richardson is the fullback. Marcus Allen the tailback. Chiefs 8 of 13 on third down conversions in the game. Lead play. Marcus Allen gets hit at the line of scrimmage and nailed Dennis Gibson. Nailed him as he tried to jump over the stack, and now San Diego says he might have recovered the football. No signal has been given yet. Now they say Kansas City still has the ball, but Marcus Allen tried to go airborne, and he was hit by Gibson and Sayal like anti-aircraft.
I thought Junior Sayal was hurt. I thought I said that before. There it is, timing yourself. When Marcus jumps, Sayal jumps as well and caught him right in midair. And you don't have any strength when you're in the air. You get your strength from driving your leg.
Sayal and Gibson stepped up into the hole as Marcus Allen had left his feet to jump over the stack. Perfectly timed jump.
I see John Alt wobbling and hobbling off the field as well. That's more bad news.
4:56 left to go in the game. San Diego 20, Kansas City 16. Third punt of the night for Louis Aguiar. He's averaging 47.5 yards a boot.
And a very dangerous return man who probably will get the ball with some room.
Coleman ran back an 88-yarder against Philadelphia. Andre Coleman awaits this kick. Booming punt by Aguiar. Coleman looks up in the sky. Hauls it at the 28. Fumble. The ball now cradles it at the 28-yard line. Andre Coleman fumbled earlier. It led to a Chiefs touchdown. That time he was able to cover the ball before Greg Minuski and Tony Richardson jump on it. 4.25 seconds on hang time. 47-yard punt.
He makes it exciting. He makes it exciting, I'll tell you that much. But here it is. The Chargers now with a 4-point lead. What do you think they want to do? They want to run the football, and first down is a real important down. 4:38 remaining here in the football game. So Kansas City on first down has got to shut the run down. Simple as that.
And in the backfield is number 20 for the Chargers, 5'10", 245-pound Natron Meade. In front of him is Shannon Mitchell in an offset eye set. It's like an unbalanced line left side for San Diego. Handoff Means trying to go up the middle. He runs into Smith and Saliamua. No gain on the play at the 29.
There it is.
At 4:30.
There's your penetration. There is your penetration. And Stan Humphrey looking over the sideline to see what the next call is going to be. But there was no place for Natron Means to go. But this, they have a great deal of confidence in Stan Humphrey. We've seen that in the ball game. Don't think that he's going to run just because you're trying to pick up a first down, keep it on the ground.
He has made play after play tonight. 4:07 left to go in the game. Chargers 20, Chiefs 16. Second down 11 for San Diego. Tight end in the wing to the right side. Young and Papunu. The H-back is Mitchell. Papunu in motion. Sweep left side. Means is tackled from behind by Dan Saliamua. Chases him down from behind. An excellent play as he drags down Natron Means for another loss of 1.
He's not supposed to be able to do that. Here's a guy 310 pounds or so, running a back down with the quickness of a Dan Saliamua and bringing him on down.
The Chiefs call timeout with 3:47 remaining in the game. 20-16, San Diego. Let's stay here on this occasion.
Great play by Dan Salimillo. Here, and you saw him in the first quarter. You didn't know whether he was going to last the game because he left twice because of a leg injury.
Well, he's having an unbelievable season.
He's doing everything. He's put pressure on the quarterback with sacks. He's making tackles. He's created fumbles, a fumble recovery, even intercepted a pass in a ball game. I don't know what else you can ask for the defensive lineman.
Marty Schottenheimer talking to the secondary. James Hastings, William White, George Jamison, the linebacker, in the conversation. 3rd down 11. This is where Humphreys has really shown tonight, though, Len Dawson.
This is basically the game. I mean, if the Chiefs have a chance, they've got to prevent them from picking up the first down because Kansas City is down to just one timeout remaining. You recall on a 3rd down situation, they had to call a timeout.
3rd down and 11 for the Chargers from their own 28. 20-16 San Diego. 3:47 left to go in the game. 6 DBs. Neil Smith jumping across. Pass to the near side. Caught by Harmon. And is still in bounds. He's at the 40, 45, 50. Ronnie Harmon at the 45, 35-yard line. Bumped out of bounds by William White. All the way up at the Chief 27-yard line.
Did we say anything about tackling? Man. That's 45 yards. The flag is down, but Neil Smith jumped across the line of scrimmage. That's on him. It was a 3 down. Of all times, to jump offside. That was the 3rd down play of the game.
Result of the play is
exactly what happened. It's a 45-yard pass, and it will stand from Humphreys to Ronnie Harmon.
See, you come up with some great plays. They stuff Means on the 1st down. 2nd down, he's running. Salimillo makes a great play. And then on 3rd down, Neil Smith jumps off sides. All he's got to do is look down to the inside and make sure the ball is snapped.
Humphreys, 23 of 33, 304 yards and a touchdown. Mitchell and Means, I formation set. The Chiefs now have to try to yank the football away from that big tailback. He's from the 28 out of the 26-yard line, gain of 2. Clock moving at 3:32 left to go in the game. Joe Phillips made the tackle.
See, they had to waste the timeout. They stopped the clock back there when it was 3rd and long. Intelligent football. You must play intelligent football to win championships.
But looking back at this game, it has been the Chargers' ability to convert 3rd down, which I think is probably the lead story.
There's been a lot of great plays by the defense out there, but somehow on 3rd down they make a mistake.
9 of 12 on 3rd downs. Here at 2nd down, 8 at the 26 of the Chiefs. Martin in motion. Counterplay, near side, Means, 25-20, runs hard and slams into a Chief at the 17-yard line. Davis and Collins on the tackle, but Means has a San Diego 1st down at the Chief 17.
That's the first time he's had an opening, a seam to run through, and did you see him hit that thing? And he is tough to bring down.
Well, he's been forced to move laterally a lot tonight. That time he was able to get his shoulder pads upfield. 2:31 left to go in the game. 20-16 San Diego. Chiefs rallied against New York. They rallied against Oakland. Handoff Harmon. He's hit by Von Booker. Back at the 22-yard line. A loss on the play.
Well, he has played great.
He really has.
Von Booker has played great.
Kansas City. That's a charge team.
But he only plays about a couple of plays because he's coming out now.
Kansas City has used its final timeout.
They'll get one at 2 minutes as well.
2nd and 14 is the down and distance with the ball at the Chief 21-yard line.
So they're hoping to keep them from getting a touchdown. Timeouts are kind of important, aren't they? When they get down, I said that in the first half. They called a timeout when it was 3rd and short earlier because apparently they didn't have a play call or what they wanted to do. But there have been some good plays. Some really defensively good plays. Unfortunately, those good plays are not happening on 3rd down when you stop the other team from continuing their drive.
Well, people marvel at San Diego's season last year as kind of the upset teams to get to the Super Bowl, but they were able to make timely plays. That was by Marty Schottenheimer, and they've done that again tonight.
They sure have.
Timely plays. The Chiefs trying to figure something out here to try to pull this one out of the fire. H-back Mitchell, tailback Means, tight end left Dwayne Young, wing left Papuna. Play action fake by Humphrey. Rolling to the right side, throws late. The pass is caught inside the 10, down to the 9. By the tight end Dwayne Young.
Well, I tell you, Neil Smith just leveled Stan Humphrey, and he is he may be going off the field. It's a 2-minute warning, but he is hurting.
Humphreys went down on his right shoulder. The 2-minute warning has been announced here. Let's go to a break. 2016 Chargers. Let's go to the 2-minute warning. We're back after this on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
On that elbow, the worst place you can fall.
On behalf of the Chiefs organization, players and coaches.
Dan Humphreys, I watch Humphreys goes down. He puts the right arm out, lands on the elbow, and that shock generates into the shoulder, and he tried to come back out onto the field, and he realized he couldn't do it, and he has gone out, and Gail Gilbert has come in, and this is Stan Humphreys on the sidelines, and there has to be a lot of concern because that is his throwing arm.
And they have done the wise thing with Gilbert in here. You must cleanly handle now the center quarterback exchange.
Gail Gilbert, who's played in been on the last 5 Super Bowl teams as a backup, is in with 3rd down and 2 at the 9. Martin in motion left. Gilbert, handoff means right side. He's hit and nailed at the 11-yard line. Anthony Davis shot him down.
You knew it was going to be a run. You're not going to send a quarterback in there in a situation like this and throw the football. That would really have been a gutty call. So Kansas City defense, they knew that, so that they were just converging on Natron Means back there with the run.
But hope remains, because now the Chargers, well, maybe they won't try a field goal here. They're going to let the clock tick down. Chiefs are out of timeouts.
Well, they let it click down, then just call a timeout.
And then kick the field goal. But then the Chiefs are still on the trail by 7. And can still tie the game with a miracle drive.
Timeout. San Diego.
See, you go to the referee and say, when it gets down to 1 second, I want a timeout.
Their second charge timeout.
Good move. That's a good move. Intelligent move.
1:16 is left in the game. 20-16, Chargers lead the Chiefs.
Well, strange things happen. Maybe a blocked field goal. Because I noticed that Carter came very close on the field goal earlier.
If there's any team in the National Football League, though, that can talk about pulling stuff out of the fire, it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, remember one game a couple of years ago, Neil Smith blocked 2 field goal attempts in San Diego to help win.
And I remember Monday night in Denver last year when the Chiefs pulled one out.
Ain't over till it's over.
Nope. John Carney on to try the field goal of 29 yards. Gail Gilbert is the holder. The long snapper is David Finn. Chiefs line up, lowering their head, ready to come after this kick by John Carney. Placement is down. Carney's kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Chargers lead the Kansas City Chiefs 23-16. The Chiefs in a touchdown to tie. 1:12 left to go in the game. The Chiefs are out of timeouts. And let's stay right here.
It's the toughest that you can possibly get involved in. You got to hope now. The first play is the kickoff return. It starts right there. Somebody's got to do some blocking. They haven't done a very good job of it so far against the Charger kickoff team. So Vanover can break it. He's got it, the speed to get it done, but you got to give him some space. You got to get some blocks out there. And what you can't do, absolutely cannot do, is have a penalty.
29-yard field goal by Carney, his 3rd of the night. And it's 23-16 San Diego with 1:12 left to go in the game. 3 minutes and 26 seconds on the drive. 9-play, 60-yard drive. The big play, Humphreys to Harmon for 45 yards on 3rd and 11.
Yeah, missed tackle, too. I think it was Mark Bayless missed that tackle.
All right, Carney will kick it off. Vanover is deep. Mike Scott, special teams coach, pacing on the sidelines. Got his hands on his knees. Ready to see his team return this kick from Carney. Run up in the boot, deep kick. He's taken by Vanover at the goal line. Vanover's at the 5, 10. Trying to juke a man. He gets up to the 20-yard line and goes in at the 21.
Did not get it done. Give credit to San Diego. They've just said that's not good enough. We get a good return.
And the clock will start as soon as the chains are set. 1:06 left to go in the game. 23-16 Chargers. Bono 22 of 31 for 255 yards and a touchdown. But that's all moot right now. It all boils down to the next several plays.
The strategy here is catch the ball, get out of bounds.
Go to the side.
That's for Kansas City. The strategy for the Chargers, keep them inbound.
Willie Davis, Slaughter, Lake Dawson, the receivers. Bono, play action fake, wants to throw it, dumps it off over the middle. The pass is broken up. At the line of scrimmage, Tim Grunhard is down and injured. Ray Lee Johnson and Sean Lee both had their hands up to knock down the pass from Bono.
See, they're faking a little draw there. I don't have any idea why they do that. You're not fooling the Chargers. You need a touchdown with no timeouts left. They're just playing back defensively. Those defensive linemen are just teeing off, going after the quarterback. They don't care about any draws or any fakes.
2nd and 10, Ray Lee Johnson knocked down the pass by Bono at the line of scrimmage. Football's at the 21, the Chiefs. 79 yards away from trying to tie the game. Bono deep drop this time. Throws down the center of the field. Lake Dawson with the catch at the 45. Still on his feet and takes 3 Chargers with him to the 48-yard line.
They got to get up, get set, and ground the ball or whatever they want to do.
Orlando and Harrison made the tackle. He needs to spike the football to stop the clock. 45 seconds, 43 seconds. Bono takes the snap and spikes it to stop the clock at the 48-yard line of his own. 27-yard pass play.
See, a situation like that, Lake Dawson, it's good to try to fight for extra yards, but not now. Not when they have you go down, so that you don't want that clock to tick away, because that is the enemy right now. 40 seconds remaining, and they need a touchdown to tie. But the middle area is the area that San Diego will let you throw, because they know they can converge on you and make the tackle. You have no timeouts left, and you need to score a touchdown.
Extra DB on the field for San Diego. Mark Montoy. Now there's some confusion in the San Diego secondary. 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs at the 48. Bono rolling right, throwing to the right sideline. Willie Davis cradles the catch out of bounds to stop the clock at the San Diego 45. Clock at 35 seconds. 20-16 San Diego. 23-16 San Diego. 7-point lead. 3rd and 3 for the Chiefs at the 45 of San Diego.
That's what they were looking for, but eventually you got to get downfield, and then you need a big play.
The
most important thing is the offensive line protect Bono. Give him some time to let these receivers work on those defensive backs,
which the Chiefs have done to this point. Back to throw is Bono. Sets up. Dumps it off near side. Making the catch, Marcus Allen. Out of bounds. First down, Kansas City. A little low catch by Marcus Allen as he reached down to his knees to get the football out of bounds. First down at the Charger 40.
But there's just 30 seconds remaining. And I think, Junior Seau was in hot pursuit, as you saw.
Can the Chiefs do it again on Monday night? Can they do it again this season in this great stadium? 30 seconds left to go in the game. 23-16 Chargers. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the 39-yard line of San Diego. Bono on first down. Back to throw. Sets up. Throwing to the far side. He's got Slaughter open at the 23. Wide open is Webster Slaughter. Out of bounds to stop the clock at 25 seconds left to go in the game. Montoy and Harrison were covering. How open was he?
Well, they're conceding the stuff in front. Somebody says, make sure no one gets behind you. But you can see with the clock, they started this thing with a little over a minute left in the football game, driving it on down. They've got a shot. They've got a chance.
Got a chance now. 25 seconds left in the game. 23-16 San Diego. 25 seconds left to go in the game. You're at the Charger 23. Flag thrown. Bono free play. Putting right side. Overthrows Lake Dawson. Sean Lee jumped across.
Had a mix-up there between the quarterback and the receiver. But I know this. Steve Bono felt that was a free play for him.
A long pass play of 27 yards to Lake Dawson. Then 11-yard pass play to Marcus Allen. Now a long play to Webster Slaughter of 16 yards. And the Chiefs are in business at the Charger 18-yard line. 24 seconds left in the game. Kansas City breaks the huddle. First down and 5. 1st and 5 at the Charger 18. 24 seconds left in the game. And now the Chiefs are retreating to the huddle.
The clock is light. Clock is light with 94 seconds.
Only 1 second went off the clock, and I believe the Chargers wanting more time off the clock. 23-16 San Diego. The Chiefs have first down and 5 at the Charger 18-yard line. Webster Slaughter and Willie Davis wide to the left. Lake Dawson wide to the right. Single back, Marcus Allen. Back to throw, Bono. Throwing for the end zone. Slaughter. Passes overthrown and incomplete. He was bracketed by 3 charges.
Man. No, that was not there. That was not there. He was taking a shot into the end zone, but you got to see where that safety is. The safety was playing center field back there. Saw it all the way.
2nd and 5. Down in distance. Ball location, the 18 of San Diego. Time, 20 seconds. Timeouts, none for the Chiefs. San Diego 23, Kansas City 16. Bono quickly out of the huddle. Allen, the lone setback to his left. 3 wide receivers. Slaughter, Davis on the left side. To the right side. Lake Dawson. Bono takes the snap, retreats into the pocket, sets up, goes in the middle. Touchdown! Touchdown! Derek Walker holds it in. 18-yard pass play for Derek Walker. And the Chiefs get a touchdown with 15 seconds left to go in the game. More Monday Night Magic from Kansas City.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Sure does.
Does not get any better. You saw that Marcus Allen went in motion, which took Junior Seau out of the middle, and that's down there where Derek Walker was running that pass pattern, and a terrific throw by Steve Bono. You got to give credit to the offensive line. I said all along that was the most important thing to give him time.
Now Len Elliott will try the point after Derek Walker with the touchdown. Len Elliott's pick is up. It's good. It's good. 15 seconds left to go in the game. Kansas City 23. San Diego 23. The Chiefs are going to overtime. Maybe again, let's pause quickly. 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. Your radio home of the Chiefs and classic rock and roll of the 70s.
8 plays, 79 yards. Bono to Derek Walker, 18-yard pass play against the second leading defense of the National Football League, Len Dawson.
You get excited sometimes.
I sure do. Crank it up, baby.
It ain't over yet.
No, it
15 seconds to go. And it'd be interesting to see about Stan Humphries. This goes into overtime. Remember, he left the game because of an injury to his right shoulder. First things first, though, they got to kick this ball down there and make sure that there is no return by Andre Coleman.
Yeah. Gail Gilbert is over on the sideline warming up. So he may be the San Diego quarterback in overtime.
I like the Chiefs' chances against him as opposed to Humphries, I'll tell you that much.
But now your memory is like mine. Last year, Hugh Millen for Denver. Remember, Elway was knocked out of the game?
I do remember that.
8 plays, 79 yards. Long pass play to Lake Dawson, 27. Long play to Webster Slaughter for 16. Pass play to Marcus Allen on the coup de grace. A touchdown, Derek Walker, 18-yard pass play. It's going to be picked up by Coleman. He's at the 30. He's at the 35. And Coleman tackled at the 37. 12 seconds, 10 seconds left to go in regulation. Greg Minuski made the tackle for Kansas City. 10 seconds left to go in regulation. And will Gilbert be the quarterback for San Diego?
1 timeout remaining for the Chargers.
And you mentioned John Carney, one of the strongest legs of the National Football League.
You got 10 seconds. Go deep.
Gail Gilbert's the quarterback, Len.
Go deep.
Humphries is out. Humphries injured. 24-34, 315 yards and a touchdown. But he is gone now. Gail Gilbert, who played for the Buffalo Bills in 4 straight Super Bowls, at least was on the roster, played last year for the Chargers. 5 straight Super Bowl losers. Is under center now. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Gilbert. Papuna, the lone setback to throw. Gilbert steps up into the pocket. He throws to the left side, and the pass is underthrown and incomplete. He was looking for Tony Mark. Coverage by James Hasty and Doug Perry.
The offensive line for the Chargers didn't do what the Chiefs' offensive line. That was really protect the quarterback because he was harassed on that play and just threw it down the field. The only thing he's got now is a Hail Mary. Nothing he can do. Throw that deep down the field and hope if you don't catch it, that maybe there's an interference call down there. So Kansas City's defensive backs should be lined up about 30 yards deep. Those 3 deep guys should be lined up about 30 yards deep.
23-23 tie. 5 seconds left to go. In regulation, Gilbert to throw, steps up into the pocket. He's throwing long down the near sideline, looking for Jefferson. Pass is intercepted by Brian Washington. That's the final play of regulation. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. Chiefs and Chargers tied at 23. Monday Night Football in Kansas City. You're listening to Chiefs football.
Howdy, folks. Bill Grigsby here.
How about the last drive that tied the game?
Oh, that's beautiful. No, it's the worst scenario. You have no timeouts left, and you need a touchdown. You know, getting a field goal is one thing because you might have a kicker that can kick a 55 yards. But getting a touchdown is something else.
Lynn Elliott will kick off.
You got to start with this kickoff team.
And Coleman back.
Yeah, because I know that he fumbled once, but he is a very, very dangerous man back there.
He had a 53-yarder early in this game that led to a Charger touchdown.
I'll tell you, there's going to be some tired guys on both sides of the field here after this game. I saw Dan Saliamua was down on one knee on about, just trying to get his breath.
But here's where you reach back. And get after it.
That's right.
And here's where these 78,000 that are here become a huge lift for this football team, perhaps. And will Gail Gilbert play in overtime?
I would think so. I would think he was the guy. He was loosening up over there.
You know, this has to be an NFL record. Three home games, 3 overtime games.
It is for this year, isn't it?
Hey, I think it's... Can you tell me another team played 3 home games?
Well, buddy, you've been here 33 years. A Kansas City win would tie a record 3 overtime wins in a season. Set last year by the Peggy. Kid Coleman will take it at the 5. Hold your breath here. This guy can fly. 15-yard line. 20. Push to the left side. He's at the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the 27-yard line. And Gail Gilbert runs on the field to be the Charger quarterback. Tackled by Martin Bayless for the Chiefs.
Makes you hold your breath when that Coleman gets a hold of the football. Wow.
Saw that guy do it for 4 years of college. 23-23 tie. We're in overtime. And they are chopping like mad on this Monday Night Football game here. Gail Gilbert has Nathan Means behind it. Double tight ends, double flankers. Gilbert, who had not played prior to tonight this season. Swing pass, near side Means. At the 25, Neil Smith tackles him from behind. He gets up to the 28-yard line, no gain on the play.
Good play by Neil Smith. I know he is dog-tired out there, and he's still down on the play after the play, but he was rushing the passer, and after rushing the passer, he saw it out in the flat, got back, got involved in the tackle, along with Anthony Davis. And Neil is coming off the field.
Helen McDaniels will take his place. Now, what about Gail Gilbert? He's played 42 games in the league, but only 3 starts. He went 3 years and didn't take a snap. 23-23 tie. Caputo in motion, near side. Gilbert, 2-step drop. Quick slant. Mark makes the catch. And it's a gain up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 9 yards. James Hasty made the tackle to hold him short of the first down.
James Hasty was real close to maybe even intercepting that thing. Just a fraction off. But good coverage by Hasty. Can't do much better than that, really.
Mark Say and Ronnie Harmon are in the lineup. 3rd down at conversion. San Diego 9 of 13. 13:42 left to go in the overtime. 23-23 tie. The fans roaring. 60 B's for Kansas City on 3rd and 2. Long kick by Gilbert. And it looks like Dan Saliamua jumping across. Gilbert trying to draw him off the long count, may have done so.
They're having a conference down there with the officials. If it's against Dan, first down for the San Diego Chargers.
Encroachment.
It is.
Yes.
On the defense.
That's another. There it is again. I know they're tired. I know they're tired wanting to get the jump.
First down.
But you can't do it. 10 penalties. That's too many. 10 penalties on Kansas City.
And another 3rd down conversion by the Chargers, this time via penalty.
And look where the ball is. I mean, it's first down. If they don't do anything, they punt it away. Kansas City's going to have to travel an awful long way to get into the end zone.
Gail Gilbert has an offset eye behind it. 2 receivers to the right. Martin's on the line of scrimmage. Means gets it on an elite play, trying to break outside. Cuts up field to left. Now the Chiefs batter away at it. A gain of 1. And maybe no gain at the 41-yard line. Tracy Simeon eventually tackled him. About 5 different Chiefs were pounding on.
And the first one to get to him was Cullen McDaniels. And he's coming out of the game now. He's hurting. May not have enough players to finish that good defense. We got to Humphreys a bruised shoulder, questionable as to whether he could come back.
Well, if there's any way he'd be out there, he would be.
I see him on the sidelines. He's not coming back.
Second down, 10 for the Chargers. Football at their own 41, 23-23 in overtime. The throw, Gail Gilbert. Swing pass, near side Means at the 40. Cuts the field, his ankle tackled as he leans forward to the 49-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. Tracy Simeon on coverage made the tackle for the Chiefs.
It's a little slow getting out there on Natron Means. Here's a guy you said hadn't caught a pass before coming into the game tonight. Now he's got a few in the ball game. Just a little swing pass, which is a safe one for the quarterback. I don't think they want to put too much pressure on Gilbert going downfield down in the middle. But this is another passing situation for him. They have to throw.
Ronnie Harmon's a long setback behind Gail Gilbert. Third down and 3. Football at the 48, their own. Gilbert backs up, takes a look at the Kansas City defense and calls timeout. There was only 5 seconds on the play clock. 12:03 left to go in overtime. 23-23 tie, Chiefs and Chargers. Let's take a break on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. Mitch Holthus back along with Len Dawson, Bill Grigsby, Bob Gretz. You can hear the chopping and the chanting behind us. 12:03 left to go in overtime. 23-23 tie. San Diego has 3rd and 3 at its own 48-yard line.
And their quarterback is going to have to throw the ball. It's going to be a safe pass. It's not going to be anything down deep. It's going to be something short. And I would also be aware of Papuno, too, because he runs.
Papuno's the tight end left side. Harmon. Halfback behind the right tackle. In motion left is Jefferson. They roll the pocket left. Gilbert being chased. He eludes Keith Traylor. Holds it. Now throws left. The pass is caught. It went through the hands of another Charger and in the hands of the waiting Sean Jefferson at the 45-yard line of Kansas City. It was nearly caught. It was nearly intercepted. And then into the hands of Jefferson for a first down for San Diego.
That's unbelievable, that play. First of all, the quarterback looked like he was going to be sacked, but he got away from the oncoming rushing defensive lineman. It looked like he threw the ball up for grabs, Mitch, and it went through about 3 guys before it eventually got to his guy.
John Jefferson was his guy. Although Tony Martin looked like the intended receiver. Nathan Means behind Gail Gilbert. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the 45 of the Chiefs. Flags are thrown. Sally Moore, Von Booker jumping across. And Gail Gilbert snap count right now befuddling the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what happens when you get tired.
Number 97.
When you get tired.
Contact prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. This is first down.
11 penalties. Second encroachment penalty on this drive.
Hey, and look where they're going. They're going close to where Carney could kick a field goal. This guy can kick him from 50 yards out with no problem.
His longest in his career, 54 yards against Seattle at 91. First down and 5. Stretch play left side Means gets a lead block inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Anthony Davis, who's played well tonight, makes the hit for the Chiefs.
Kansas City's got a problem defensively. So many guys are banged up out there that they're getting people back and forth. Ella McDaniel's coming out, Neil Smith going back in the ball game. If they can ill afford to give them anything with penalties, I mean, that's what hurts. They're going to get anything, make them earn it.
2nd and 4. Football at the 39 of Kansas City. 10:29 left to go in overtime. 23-23 tie. Gilbert puts Papuno in motion. Handoff left side to Nathan Means his head. Tremendous play. Bursting through for the Kansas City Chiefs. Von Booker with a big-time play.
Well, I tell you, he has had about 4 or 5 outstanding plays today. Putting him in a 3rd down situation, 3rd and long once again. Sometimes you say, geez, I hope they don't get into a 3rd and long because they seem to pick him up all the time.
How about 10 of 13?
10 of 13, that's amazing.
10 of 13 on 3rd down conversions. 9:55 left to go in overtime. 23-23 tie. The San Diego Chargers
need a pressure on the quarterback. That is the key. Get some heat on him.
3 receivers to the right side. 60 Bs for Kansas City. 1 left. To throw Gilbert. Here comes the rush. He's hit. He's sacked. He's sacked at the 50-yard line. Derek Thomas came back into the game. 2nd sack of the game for Kansas City, but none bigger than that one. Thomas and Smith.
Smith is there. Sally Amu is there. Martin Bayless was also coming from a linebacker position. They had 3 down linemen. He made the 4th, and you had pressure all over the quarterback.
Now the punt will be Darren Bennett. 61-yard average on 2 punts. He's only played 1 year of American football, and he played in the World League. Takes the snap, gets the kick away, and hits a high punt and angles to Tamarick Vanover, who cradles it in nervously on his knees at the 15-yard line. 4.52 hang time. The punt by the Australian goes 34 yards, and the Chiefs.
And now Kansas City will have the ball for the first time in overtime.
Well, Vaughn Booker got it started with that hit on Natron Means, and then the Charger pocket just collapsed on that man's quarterback.
Alex Spanos, the owner of the Chargers, he's seen it all tonight.
And there is his adversary, Lamar Hunt, original and longtime owner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
A tall man with him, longtime friend of associate, Jack Stetson.
Here's Allen picking up just a yard over the right side of the 15-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Fans do not like that call. We're getting down to inside 9 minutes. In case you're wondering, it could end up in a tie.
Well, that's where I think the fans are a little off base in booing a running play. Just because you're in overtime doesn't mean you throw the ball every time. That's being a little harsh.
On 2nd and 9 throws. Unbelievable. Lewis Bush had it at about the 22-yard line and couldn't handle it. Willie Davis gave San Diego its biggest break of the night, and they couldn't cash in.
Well, Bush had a chance to win a game. Oh, boy, he'll see that ball floating down at him in slow motion for a long time to come.
Well thrown ball right into the hands of Willie Davis. Oh, and it bounced right off his face mask, I believe.
Oh, and it's just perfect setup for Bush. Just perfect. It's coming down soft and slow. Oh.
3rd down 9 now at the 15-yard line. Davis in motion.
Here comes Sam.
Charging from the outside. And it is incomplete as Lake Dawson almost becomes a defender on the play.
That's what he did.
Well, Lane Harp recovering.
Junior and the boys make quick work of Kansas City's offense, 3 and out.
Dave Adolph, who used to be here, now in San Diego, blitzes very infrequently.
Boy, now the pressure is on Louis Aguiar as it ever. He needs to come up big.
And here we go again, Andre Coleman.
Coleman's only standing at his own 40.
He's averaging over 14 yards a return.
He has put the excitement back in the punt return, hasn't he?
He's 45 yards away from the line of scrimmage as Aguiar sends one that will be fair caught at the 43-yard line by Andre Coleman.
I'm not sure Coleman would return a punt if every guy on the Kansas City cover team fell down.
Not tonight. Shocked from that kickoff fumble early in the game if you weren't with us. And he has been very cautious.
If you're just picking us up, joining us very late in overtime after Kansas City rallied down by 7 in the waning moments of regulation without a timeout, marching 79 yards. Stan Humphries hurt just prior to the 2-minute warning and out for the rest of the night.
Well, Marty Schottenheimer's ball club right now is playing with field position fire. San Diego has the good field position, and in overtime that'll win you a football game.
Gilbert guns in all kinds of contact and incomplete, but they're going to rule it incidental contact with Carter and Jefferson falling all over each other.
Dale Carter had great position in.
It could have been 6. He rolled to the right a little bit to take away some of the pressure because the last time Gilbert was back there on a 3rd down situation, he was sacked by 4 different guys converging on him.
8:15 left to go in the sudden death overtime. 23-23 tie. Wide to the near side, Sean Jefferson. Mark Say, wide to the left. Natron Means, a single setback. Young, the tight end right, Papur to left. Gilbert sends a man in motion. Back to throw, Gilbert throws over the middle. Caught, dropped by Mark Say. Mark Collins pried the ball away from the intended receiver, Mark Say. 3rd and 10 for the Bulls.
And he had it in his hands. Well, they're doing a better job of protecting the quarterback on this series. But you got so many guys out there for Kansas City, the defensive line that have been banged up. It's amazing that they can put 4 people out there. They got to do it once again. 3rd down, 10 of 15. The Chargers have converted 10 of 15 on 3rd down.
And the Chiefs do not need a penalty here.
They can't have a penalty.
8:09 left to go in overtime. 23-23 ties. 6 DBs in there for the Chiefs. In motion, Harmon left slot to right slot. Gilbert to throw. Sets up, has time. Now the protection breaks down. He throws late. The pass is broken up. Dale Cutter jumps on top of the back of Mark Santa, knocked it loose.
Are they going to say he's down? I don't know.
They're going to call it down at the 39. 3rd sack. This time it was Neil Smith. The 3rd sack, 2nd for Neil Smith.
There was a dumb play by a quarterback. Should never have thrown that ball up for grabs like he did, because very easily could have been intercepted because, he's going down on his knees trying to throw the football.
But Len Dale Gilbert's been on the field about as much as I have in this league. You know what I'm saying? 3 punts by the punter. Tonight, the big Australian rules kicker, Darren Bennett, booms his kick. It'll be taken by Vanover at the 15. He's in trouble. Sheds 1 tackle, trying to get to the outside. Vanover 20, 25 to the 30-yard line. Vanover takes the tackle, 25. Vanover moves back to the 40. He's at 30, 20, 15. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. 86 yards. 86 yards. And a punt return by Kansas City. 4 margin. 4 margin. 86 yard punt return for a Kansas City touchdown.
I'll tell you something. God loves this ball club.
He does.
That's 3 miracles in a row at home.
Kansas City has tied a record. 3 overtime victories in a season. Set last year by Detroit. They win tonight in improbable fashion, Len Dawson. They trail 23-16 with 72 seconds left to go in regulation.
I can't believe it.
That's probably I think it's the most exciting game I've ever seen.
Really, other than the others?
The scenario of everything, what happened. And the fact that Bono had brought them back with a little over a minute to go. They needed a touchdown. They couldn't settle for a field goal. They were able to get that. And everything was against them. Every time that they got the ball in the second half to move, they're down by their own goal line. And the only thing that I said, special teams would be very important in this game.
Sure.
I didn't know it was going to be that important where he was going to, but you could just see it when he broke that seam and came up here that he was going to go.
He broke that tackle too, Leonard.
Listen, guys, one guy had a chance to tackle him in the open field. It was Darren Bennett, but he's an Australian rules football guy.
He was playing touch.
Tackle over.
Okay, well, he missed it. 86 yards.
The people are never going to leave here tonight. We'll be here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Party on, Wayne. Party on, Bud. 29-23, the Chiefs win for the 3rd straight time at home in overtime. Our postgame will begin after this. You're listening to Chiefs football.